It's a gorgeous day here at Whitehouse Field, and the Harwich Mariners aim to make it 5 wins in a row as they host the 1-4 Orleans Firebirds. And we're so glad to bring you all of the action alongside Luke Brenneman. I'm Milo Hoffman. And Luke, this Harwich Mariners team is hot. That could be an understatement after that opening day loss to YD. Harwich finds itself 4-1, and perhaps its best win of the season came just last night.
Yeah, 13-0 on the road at Falmouth. It was domination on every single level, Milo. You have a dozen hits as a team, and something that I've seen that has been away from the norm that we saw now the last 2 games, Katuitt on Tuesday, and then last night against Falmouth, is the extra base hits, hitting for power. They scored 11 right here at Whitehouse Field against Katuitt, and then you score 13, but you also shut your opponent out last night. It's complimentary baseball through and through, and we're really looking forward to seeing potentially making it 5 starting this weekend off right here at home.
And it'll be Trey Williford on the mound for the Mariners. We'll have more on him in a sec, but he'll face an Orleans Firebirds lineup that starts at the top with the second baseman Elijah Iquez, followed by J.D. Stein, the shortstop, Nate Savoy, the DH, Dom Cadiz batting cleanup, the first baseman, Tyler Myatt, the left fielder, Casey Kaminsky, third baseman, Rainer Heinrich in right, and rounding out the lineup, Cale Strickland, the catcher, and the center fielder, Zach Johnson, over batting ninth. First play, a close one, and it's in time. A nice pitching catch for the first out of the ball game here in the top of the first. Defense on display already here for the Mariners.
Something that Harwich did last night, and yeah, it's going to happen when you shut a team out, was quick innings defensively. Whether it was Chet Lax, the starter, who went 5 innings, or Jason Krieger, who came in for 3 no-hit innings out of the bullpen. There were 3 separate innings in that game last night, Milo, where the Mariners pitcher had sub-double digits in their pitch count for that specific frame, and it was just domination. Balls in play, a couple strikeouts throughout the night, and it was just, let's get off the field defensively and get right back into the batter's box to dominate you.
Here's J.D. Stein, the shortstop. He's hitting 400 so far this season, 1-0. Down and in, and the count's now 1-1. J.D. Stein goes to Wake Forest, just finished up his freshman season at 266 there with an OPS of 783, 5 homers, 41 RBIs. Pitch. That's just downstairs. Harwich Mariners trying to go for 5 straight wins after their opening day loss to YD, who is 5-0, the only undefeated remaining team in the Cape. Mariners are also trying to stay a perfect record here at Whitehouse Field. That's a strike, and the count's 3-1.
And you also start looking at potential matchups, because all the Mariner fans, including us, Milo, want to know, when will the Mariners see YD next? Well, that's Sunday night here at Whitehouse Field.
Big matchup. 3-1, called a strike at the knees, so it's now full. Trey Williford, the starter for the Mariners, started opening day against YD. The game we were just talking about went 3 2/3. Did give up a grand slam to Scobie, the shortstop over at YD, but other than that, pretty good. Had 7 strikeouts. Payoff pitch. Swinging a hard hit ground ball right side, but playable. Smolinski there. Gobbles and throws to first in time. So a nice second out here in the top of the first. Trey Williford has that fastball that he features a whole lot. He uses it 58% of the time. Comes in at 91 miles an hour. And the defense playing behind him, Charlie Bussey, Ryan Garrity, and Colin Larson, the outfield from left to right. In the infield, it's J.P. Peltier, Julio Solier, Ty Smolinski, and Quentin Coates. Trey Williford obviously on the mound, and he pitches to Ernie Echevarria, the catcher out of UPenn. Here's Nate Savoy. Curveball spins in beautifully for strike 1. Savoy's got this really blue bat at the dish right now. It's really bright and almost distracting, I'd say, to the pitcher. Sticks out a whole bunch. 0-1. That's a wave and a miss. Excellent curveball there. Trey Williford has that old school curveball you don't see too often. Or Nate Savoy's numbers at Clemson. Absolute beast of a season. 329 and 16 homers with 52 RBIs. But Williford has that fastball, like I mentioned, the slider, and then the curveball that he throws at 78 miles an hour. Upstairs.
Williford effortlessly can pump in 94 like he did on that 0-2 high fastball. and he doesn't really have to use the fastball as his first pitch because he can locate the slider so well as well. So the looping curveball can be his punch-out pitch.
Just missed inside on that fastball. Comes in at 95 miles an hour. So the count's 2-2 here on Nate Savoy, the DH for Orleans, hitting .308 this season with just 1 RBI. Has walked 3 times, though, so known to work long at-bats. Tries to dig in here. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Oh, that's a great first from Trey Williford and the Mariners. 1-2-3 go the Firebirds, and we head to the home half. But we're going to stay right here and take a look back at yesterday's game between Falmouth and Harwich. And boy, oh boy, was it a good one for the Mariners. First time visiting Falmouth all season long, and they got off to a good start.
Yeah, the Mariners run the bases better than anyone on the Cape. A double play, you trade an out for a run. Solier steals home after the catcher Kinnett threw down to second. Harwich goes up 1-0 in the opening inning, and then defensively, this kept a shutout alive in the third. Runners on the corners with 2 outs. Colin Larson, full extension.
The defense has been playing well. J.P. Peltier with another nifty play there for the Mariners. So the defense, that's been established as a highlight. Now the offense is getting involved. Micah Kirikov almost goes over the wall, but that's a double. He's got speed. Easily made it to second on that play.
Connor Capisi adds on another double as well. But when you think about that Kirikov double that was just a segment ago, this was the result of the Kirikov double. A chopper in the infield for Solier. He's going to beat it out for an infield hit. By the way, Kirikov was at second base, and now he's home safe. Add another run for the good guys. That's what the Mariners do. They beat you at small ball, and speed is killing right now, Milo.
He has been unbelievable. And then welcome to Harwich, Trent Grinlinger. The Tennessee product. First game with the Mariners. That's a grand slam. That makes it 13-0 M's over Falmouth. And this game only went 8 innings because of the mercy rule. What a game for the M's, and they improved to 4-1 after that victory. The pitching was great. The hitting came alive, and this team is bringing a whole lot of momentum into this game against Orleans. And a good top of the first for Trey Williford already.
1, 2, 3. I think what we're going to see while Williford's here, he pitched a ton at school, 67 innings, started 8 times, appeared 17. So it's going to be tough to keep him around for so long, but he was the CAA Freshman of the Year on the rubber, and that's what's going to happen when you have his numbers. I think he moves with ease.
Yep.
He almost just felt easy in that first inning. He doesn't need to strike you out, but the numbers are going to jump up high just because of how dominant he is on the rubber.
All right, Justin Legurnick, the starter for Orleans. He'll face off against the Mariners lineup. That goes Julio Cillier leading off at shortstop. J.P. Peltier, the third baseman, bats second. Right behind him, Ty Smolinski, the second baseman, hits third. Charlie Bussey hitting cleanup in left field. Trent Grinlinger with the grand slam yesterday, the DH. Colin Larson in right. Quentin Coates at first. Ernie Echeverria back behind the plate. And Ryan Garrity, the center fielder for the Mariners, rounds out the lineup. And they'll face off against Justin Legurnick, who started opening day for Orleans. The tall lefty pitches home. That's a swing and a chopper right side of the infield. First baseman Cadiz is there. Pitch to the pitcher is in time. A nice nifty play to begin the frame on the defensive side for Orleans.
Well, that's exactly how the game started in the top of the first inning. First pitch swinging, a ground ball to the first baseman of Harwich, Quentin Coates. Iquez ended up getting put out because Williford for the M's covered. That time it's Legurnick. That was a nice play because Solier has speed grinding up the line. The timing on that can be tricky. Legurnick handled it nicely, got the foot down on the base in time.
There's J.P. Peltier, the third baseman. Pitch to him. There's a called strike on the outside corner. And the count's 0-1 on Peltier. Well, last time he was here, he had a 3-run shot. And he's been picking it up as of late. Just a 158 average, but does have 5 RBIs. Swing and a miss on that upstairs fastball, and it's 0-2. Over there in right center field, we've got a scoreboard. That pitch read 98 miles an hour on the fastball from Legurnick. I mean, just nasty stuff from the Clemson product. 0-2 on its way. Swing and a miss. Also 98 on the fastball, and down goes J.P. Peltier. That's good morning, good afternoon, and good night if I've ever seen it.
Yeah, this is a much appreciated second start for Legurnick. just kind of hearing about how opening day went. He didn't pitch poorly. The defense has kind of been an issue all season for Orleans, as you can see there. But he only went 2 innings of 3-hit, 3-run baseball. Gave up more runs than the 3 earned. He gave up 5, but the defense just wasn't helping him out. So he's just trying to reset everything this time around. And he's going to have his hands full because the Mariners, they're swinging hot bats right now.
Legurnick plays at Clemson. He came in as the #1 ranked left-handed pitcher out of the state of New York. Now deals to Ty Smolinski. That's a swing and a broken back ground ball right side. Iquez charges, flips to first in time, and that does it. A very quick first inning for both sides here at Whitehouse Field, and we've still got no score as we head to the second on Cape League TV. Back here at Whitehouse Field as we go to the second, and the second inning is presented by Milton Cat, proud to power the Cape all summer long. Still no score between the Orleans Firebirds and the Harwich Mariners after a pair of 1-2-3 innings dealt by both starting pitchers, and now Dom Cadiz digs in for Orleans. He's batting cleanup, the first baseman, hitting .350 this season. Here's the pitch. Fastball clips the upper half. And the count is 0-1. Dom Cadiz, the UCLA product, has been a real stellar bat so far for the Firebirds. Inside with an off-speed. And the count is 1-1. You see those numbers there with UCLA. Just a freshman this past season. .256, 2 homers, and 15 RBIs. 1-1. Swinging a chopper left side of the infield. Peltier's there. Flips the first in time. And that's the first put out here on the top of the second for the Mariners.
Feels like the Harwich infield is really starting to get set with Peltier being an everyday guy. In those first 3 games, JP played left field once, he played first base once, and now back-to-back starts at third. He's been smooth over there at the hot corner. And obviously, I don't think anyone is really going to move around Solier or Smolinski from the middle infield.
If you do that, something's wrong. Pitch comes home to Tyler Myatt, the left fielder for Orleans. And the count is 1-0. Myatt hitting just .222 so far this season, but he does have 2 homers and 5 RBIs. Breaking ball just misses inside. Myatt plays at the University of Tennessee, so teammates with Trent Grindlinger, who just came over for the Mariners, hit a grand slam yesterday for Harwich. This past season, Myatt hit .247, 801 OPS, 3 homers. That's a swing and a miss on a nice fastball, and the count's 2-1. Beautiful day here at Whitehouse Field. The Mariners trying to improve to 3-0 at home so far this season. A lot of fans in the stands. It's a short sleeve and shorts type of day. That one's fouled back.
So the first and last 6:30 start of the weekend as well, Milo, because when we're here on Sunday night, those games are at 5:30.
Yep.
So we get a little bit more sun for that one. But, yeah, tonight, yesterday was a little bit chilly. I know you were gone.
Yeah.
You went back home to New York City, but it was a little bit chilly out here on the Cape. Definitely pants and a hoodie.
2-2. Just misses outside, and the count is now full. Williford, the tall lefty on the hill for the Mariners with the tall socks, kind of an old-fashioned look. He deals home. Swinging a foul back, and they'll do it again. Yeah, back home in the city, it was hot, very hot.
Did you go to the parade?
Tried to make it around the area, but, I mean, Luke, did you see the videos
I
online?
did.
I mean, it was millions of people. You couldn't go if you didn't wake up at 3 a.m. Breaking ball downstairs, and that's a walk to Tyler Myatt. And so the Firebirds have a one-out runner aboard here in the top of the second. And that walk is our first free pass of the game, presented by Cape Cod Community College. Go to Cape Cod Community College for free. Every program, no tuition or fees for those that qualify. capecod.edu/free for more. So the Firebirds trying to spark some offense here in the top of the second, and Casey Comiskey, the third baseman, digs in. He looks at a fastball that catches all of the zone. 0-1 now on Comiskey. Just finished his junior season at New Hampshire. Hit .362, 20 homers, and nearly 70 RBIs. He swings and chops one foul down the first base side near the Orleans dugout. There's a theme for Williford in the first start of the season against YD. He was strong through the first 3 innings, and then all of a sudden the bases were loaded, and then YD hit a grand slam to really blow the whole thing open, but that doesn't tell the whole story of the outing for Williford. 0-2. Upstairs with the fastball.
It feels like Trey's a dominant arm. I think when you look at this league, you expect a lot of the Tennessee, maybe SEC, or those caliber of a conference type of guys. But Williford demands a level of respect when he's on the hill. You can see him looking into the dugout, rejecting a lot of the pitch-calm pitches. He kind of just throws what he wants, and he's confident in it.
Pitch, a swing and a miss. Fastball right on by Comiskey. So that's the second strikeout for Williford. He had 7 strikeouts against YD in his first start, so the punch-out juice is back here at Whitehouse Field, and there's 2 gone.
In those situations, too, a lot of guys get ahead 0-2, and you might have to pick around because you don't have a put-away pitch. I think what puts Williford apart of a lot of other guys is he has multiple put-away pitches. It feels like he cruises that 93 to 95 mile-an-hour fastball, just kind of like he's breezing it in there, but it blows guys away, and then the off-speed really moves a lot.
Fastball, there it is, inside. Yeah, it's got that extra zip from a lefty that you don't see too often, and it's just that extra oomph that gets it by hitters. It's going to be tough to get it by Heinrich, though. I mean, at Tarleton State, 377 average downstairs.
See, he taps his chest there when he gets the ball back from the Harwich catcher, Echeverria, and he's saying, "my bad." And just knowing how pitchers can be sometimes, some guys are trying to perfectly execute every pitch. I think for a kid coming out of his freshman year, Milo, Williford has this level of baseball maturity and baseball IQ where he knows he's already down 1-0. There's 2 outs, a runner on. And the reason that Myatt's on right now is because of a walk. So Williford is trying to find the zone like anybody else, duh. But he knows that if he does throw something down the middle, it's not going to get rocked. And that's confidence in his stuff. He knows he has it. So when he misses, it's more of a user error and getting too picky.
2-0 popped up. Right side. Foul territory. Echeverria, the catcher, is there. Camps under, and he makes the play. Oh, boy. Trey Williford and the Harwich Mariner defense has come to play yet again here at Whitehouse Field. Still no score as we head to the bottom of the second here on Cape League TV. Mariners coming to bat here in the bottom of the second. Still no score between Harwich and Orleans, and they'll face off against Justin Legurnick, the starter for the second straight inning. And he pitches his college ball at Clemson. You see the numbers there, 40 innings, 4.69 ERA with 50 strikeouts. And he is an impressive guy. Fastball gets up near 97 miles an hour. He was the top-ranked left-handed pitcher out of the state of New York. And he's been compared sort of to like a Chris Sale type of pitcher out there, a lanky lefty on the mound with that high fastball velo from Dix Hills, New York, out of New York City, outside of New York City. Deals to Charlie Bussey. Here's the offering. Swing and a miss. The count's 0-1. Bussey's been getting hot as of late. 385 batting average for the product out of D2 Francis Marion. You see the numbers at his Division II school, but now the Harwich Mariner numbers are starting to catch up to that just a couple games into the season.
A .556 on base percentage. He is just kind of doing anything he can to get on. I think as the Mariners' power bats have heated up, whether it's been a couple home runs or doubles, Bussey hasn't really done that. He has 1 2-bagger on the summer.
1-1, a roller over to third. Comiskey's there, throws across the diamond and gets the speedy Bussey for out number 1 here in the bottom of the second.
And he didn't get on there, Milo, but it's been a lot of similarities to kind of a slow roller, whether it's in the hole. That one almost snuck in the hole between third and short, down the line. He has, of Bussey's, 7 hits or so this summer, 3 or 4 of them have been infield hits. So he's shown off his speed as well.
There's a lot of hustle down the line. He's going to run on pretty much anything he hits in play. Here's Trent Grinlinger. Fastball clips the inside corner for strike number 1. And Grinlinger said hello to Harwich Mariner fans in a very wholesome fashion yesterday by punching a grand slam out to deep left field. Came over from Tennessee a couple of days ago. 0-1 on its way. That's a fastball strike on the outside corner, and it's 0-2. Grinlinger went 1 for 3 with the grand slam. He is quite the talent out of Tennessee. Like I said, came over late, so this is just his second game in a Harwich Mariner uniform. 0-2 left outside, and the count is now 1-2. This past season, a .345 average with the Volunteers. 8 home runs, 29 RBIs, 2026 SEC all-freshman team. You go down the list with the accolades. Breaking ball down, and the count is now 2-2 on the big DH.
I feel like a lot of guys get to the Cape League, and especially the younger guys, there's got to be some nerves. You always talk to people who have played out here, known the prestige, and you want to get that first hit. Well, his was the biggest hit you could have possibly gotten.
2-2, fouled down the right field line. Yeah, a no-doubter, a hanging curveball, just deposited it deep to left field.
I mean, at one grand slam at this point in the Cape League throws you into the top third of players in the RBI category.
Right, that's
who have
true.
Been here for a week plus.
It throws you into the home run totals here. Not too many home runs by players here in the Cape so far this season. 1-2 downstairs, so from 0-2 to full on Grinlinger. He did get hit in the arm yesterday by a pitch, but quickly recovered, said he's all good to go. And obviously hit the grand slam after. Payoff delivery. Downstairs. One at bat from Grinlinger. He works a 1-out walk. And the Mariners are trying to spark some offense here in the second.
Just a hitter that you kind of have to respect, and you don't see that happen to too many guys, Milo, no matter who they are, where they're in an 0-2 count and find their way on. He spoiled a foul ball away that was in there for a strike, but you can tell that Justin Legurnick, the starter for Orleans, was really getting picky in an 0-2 count. You don't want to see that on the flip side for the Firebirds, but that's how good Grinlinger is and the respect that he demands.
Pitch outside to Colin Larson, the right fielder for the Mariners today. 313 so far this season in the Cape, 2 RBIs, a whopping 7 stolen bases, so a speedy guy, nice contact ability. If he gets on, definitely a threat to go. 1-0. Outside.
Shows you the respect and appreciation that skipper Steve Englert's had for Colin Larson as well. With a lefty starting pitcher, Larson gets a start for now the 4th consecutive game. His numbers prove that he should play every day, and his defense last night, it was a big moment in that game.
He looks at a strike on the upper half of the zone. That fastball's really coming in hot today. 96 miles an hour, and it's got to be tough on the lefty Larson, who digs in. And Larson himself is not the tallest frame, 5'9", 185, and Legurnik is coming at him from a tall frame on the mound, so kind of that downward angle with the fastball. That wasn't a fastball, that was an off-speed and a swing and a miss.
That was a nasty slider. You throw that in a left-on-left matchup, it just dies away from the hitter.
So the count's 2-2 with one gone. Grinlinger off of first. Here's the offering. Downstairs. So back-to-back full counts for the Mariners. And they are working at bats so far tonight against Legurnik. Like we said, Legurnik only went 2 innings in their opening day game. Back on the mound, first time since. Larson trying to work his way on. Here's the offering. Downstairs, and he does so. Back-to-back walks worked by the Mariners. Long at-bats. And just like that, it's first and second occupied by Harwich here, and they try to get on the board early. Walking has been a strength so far for Harwich this season, 28 of them. That's 3rd in the Cape.
That one from Larson, maybe even the one from Grinlinger, we give him credit because he fell behind 0-2. It's showing some control issues from Legurnik. You got to be able to put guys away when you get them to 2 strikes, and the last 2 pitches to Larson weren't even competitive.
Pitch to Coates, cut and a miss. That's a fastball, and we've talked about Coates and his struggles against fastballs so far in the Cape. He's hitting just 143, 1 RBI. You look at those numbers at Cincinnati, you kind of scratch your head. Just trying to get his feet under him. 0-1. There's a strike. And the count's 0-2 quickly. This is another thing that Coates has been going through, falling behind in counts early on. You blink your eyes and you're down 0-2. It just makes the whole at-bat a lot tougher.
Got to choke up a little bit, try and put this ball in play. At worst, you want to get the runners both into scoring position.
0-2 upstairs. Coates has 6 strikeouts so far this season. That leads the Mariners. Has all the talent in the world. Broke records this past season with Cincinnati. Digs back in, trying to do some damage here. Swing and a foul tip into the glove of the catcher, Cale Strickland. And there's 2 gone in the bottom of the second, and another strikeout for Coates.
That's a big strikeout for Legurnik on the mound. You go back-to-back walks. He gets ahead of Coates this time 0-2, but he puts him away, Milo. You can use the 1-2 or the 0-2 pitch missed high. He tried to get Coates to chase a fastball, and then he went to the slower stuff in the dirt. That was a solid at-bat, and Legurnik has a chance to get out of here scoreless in the second.
We'll try to do it against Echeverria. That's a strike at the knees. Echeverria, the catcher out of UPenn, hitting 200 this season. Sort of an off-and-on situation so far. Will play one day, sit the next. Of course, Trent Grinlinger is a catcher coming over from Tennessee, so he'll probably see some time behind the dish. Swinging a chopper left side of the infield. Comiskey's there, runs to third, and touches it in time. And that does it in the bottom of the second. So no score between the Mariners and Orleans through 2 as we head to the third here on Cape League TV. We head to the third already. Fast-moving ball game here at Whitehouse Field, and there's no score between the Mariners and the Firebirds. Alongside Luke Brenneman, Milo Hoffman, and Trey Williford still on the hill for the M's. Looks to keep it up on the mound. He's been stellar so far tonight. Just one base runner allowed. That was a walk to Tyler Myatt, the left fielder, back in the second. And he deals to the catcher, Cale Strickland, to begin the frame here at gorgeous, gorgeous Whitehouse Field. Sun is shining. Fans are out. You see back behind the hitter, a lot of short sleeves, a lot of shorts. Excellent day to take in a ball game. Breaking ball downstairs, and the count is 0-1.
I would say this is the runaway best crowd that the Mariners have had so far this summer. Milo, would you agree?
I agree. I think the energy's here. Swing and a miss. Williford's been keeping up the energy on the mound, but
that's the weaker side typically,
exactly.
too, because it's more away from the sun.
Yeah, but you see the fans down the other sides, right and left field line. Pitch a strike.
Got to give some love to the people buried in the trees of the outfield as well. I mean, there's a couple dozen people in left field alone. They know the M's have been swinging power bats. Somebody wants to get a free baseball tonight.
1-2. Curveball hit on a one-hop to shortstop. Solier's there. Gobbles, fires in time. So a nice curveball that enlisted the weak ground out to Solier at short. Williford's been dealing so far on the hill, but we saw this against YD. He went 3 strong, and then it started to fall apart. So we'll see if he can keep it up against Orleans.
I think he will. I think it was kind of fluky at YD. There was a 1-2 count in the top of the fourth with 1 out, nobody on. He ended up losing a guy via the base on balls. Kind of unfolded from there in a poor direction for the Mariners, and Williford didn't have too much help behind him. There was an error defensively. I think after seeing that routine play from Solier that he makes look easy, the Mariners deserve a little bit of credit. They've cleaned up all of the defensive mistakes, although it was few that we saw early on. I remember when Katuitt jumped out to a 5-0 lead on Tuesday this week right here at Whitehouse Field, the Mariners were not helping out their pitching staff, and they were kind of causing more problems.
That one's way back to the screen on a breaking ball to Zach Jackson, the center fielder for Orleans. They're the numbers at Virginia this past season. But the Mariners' defense has been really, really good, and that gives your pitcher so much more confidence, like you said. And Williford's trying to bring that to the hill today. 2-1. Swinging a chopper, first base side. Coates is there, and he takes it himself. Ground ball machine, Williford so far tonight.
Very underrated defensively sound play there from Quentin Coates at first. We've seen it happen in the outfield at these 6:30 first pitches here at home in Harwich, but the sun can be a big issue, Milo. And where Coates is standing, he's probably in the brightest spot in the entire yard. And the ball is coming from an area as in home plate in the batter's box that's shaded. Yep. And he caught it on a hop that landed in the shade and then popped up right into his beaming sunlit eyes.
Back to the top with Elijah Iquez. That's a strike with an off-speed. The count is 0-1. Iquez played at Hawaii this past year. 305 in limited time, just 1 homer and 10 RBIs. Downstairs. Hey, you talk about the shadows. It's definitely interesting. Left side of the infield is fully shaded, and then Coates out there is probably going to have a tan by the end of this game. So are all the outfielders. Look over in center. Ryan Garrity's covering his face with his glove. 1-1. Breaking ball tap foul, and the count is 1-2 already. Trey Williford trying to work quickly here in the third. Iquez heard me and going to try to take the starting pitcher out of his rhythm just a little bit. 1-2's the count, 2 outs, top of the third, no score. Mariners and Firebirds in their first meeting of the season. Upstairs. This Iquez just third at bat so far this year with the Firebirds. He does have a hit, 4 walks, so he's had more plate appearance, obviously. On-base machine so far. Oh, that just missed a beautiful 12-6. So Iquez trying to work his way on base.
That's a
falling
nasty
behind.
pitch.
Yeah, unbelievable 12-6 curve right there. Comes in at about 78 miles an hour. Payoff delivery on its way. Strike 3 called. Trey Williford is dealing here at Whitehouse Field. That's his third strikeout of the evening, and we head to the home half. Mariners coming to bat on Cape League TV.
If you're a Massachusetts resident and don't have a bachelor's, you could be attending 4Cs for free, all while preparing for careers that actually move you forward. Aviation maintenance, nursing, dental, funeral service, we've got it all. capecod.edu/free.
Heading to Nantucket this summer? Skip the traffic and take to the skies with Cape Air. With convenient flights from Norwood to Nantucket, you can start your vacation sooner without the hassle of traffic. That way you spend more time relaxing and less time getting there. Experience the Cape Air difference and book your next flight today at capeair.com. Let Cape Air be your wings in the Northeast.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
Life can be full of surprises, but Eastern Propane and Oil is always just a call away. With a local team member available 24/7, we're always ready to support you when you need it. With an Eastern Propane and Oil technician on the way, your family's comfort is our priority. Our local team, over 500 strong, ensures your home is comfortable and warm. Eastern Propane and Oil, a local team with 24/7 service and delivery, ensuring comfort when you need it most.
We're back here at Whitehouse Field. A lot of zeros. Still no score between the Mariners and Firebirds. Along with Luke Brenneman, I'm Milo Hoffman. So glad to be bringing you Harwich Mariners baseball throughout the entirety of the 2026 summer. And the Mariners trying to get some offense on the board. And it starts out with the number 9 hitter, Ryan Garrity, today's center fielder for Harwich. Still Justin Legurnick on the hill for the Firebirds. He's been smooth so far in this one. Those 2 base runners allowed, 2 walks. That one's poked to center field. Jackson comes in, and he makes the play. You got a late jump on that one off the end of the bat, but still made it look pretty smooth, and there's 1 quick out.
You can tell that Steve Englert's putting a lot of trust, and he feels the emphasis in getting Ryan Garrity going, because Micah Kirikoff played very well last night in center field, went 2 for 4, had a double, had an RBI with his single in the 8th inning, came around to score both times that he reached base. So Garrity back out there, just 1 for his first 13 now, but Garrity's a ball player, and he's going to keep grinding. He's going to stick around. He always has a good attitude, and I think the coaching staff realized that and rewarded him with the start at home here on Friday night.
Yeah, Garrity, despite the 083 batting average, has a 421 on base percentage because of his 7 walks. Pitch to Julio Solier, the shortstop, is down and in, so the count's 2-0 on the BC product. Hitting .333 so far this season, 5 RBIs. Those numbers at Boston College just jump out on the page. A Team USA tryout invitee. Upstairs, Solier has just taken command of almost every single at-bat. He's gone up there, went another 3 of 5 yesterday with another RBI. 3-0. Taken all the way in a strike down Broadway. Offense has been quiet so far today between both sides, but the Mariners have an .825 OPS at home here at Whitehouse Field. Swing and a miss. Counts full now on Solier. Overall team OPS at 748. That's second best in the Cape. 4th best average at 248. So the offense has been there this season. 13 runs last night against Falmouth. But so far, Legurnick is holding them down. Payoff pitch. Just misses inside. So a walk to Julio Solier. That's the 3rd walk for the Mariners so far tonight. It's the only way they've been on. And now J.P. Peltier's up.
Something that Harwich has done better than anyone else on the Cape is not leave runners on base, Milo. And it's kind of easy to do that for the M's when they've had the green light at first base. It feels like a couple of the guys, Colin Larson, Solier has 3 stolen bases. Larson leads the league with 7. 3 of them for Charlie Bussey. J.P. Peltier is 4 for 4. Where guys are going not just first to second, but first to third in the matter of 1 at-bat. And if you do it here, you suddenly have a runner at third in just a 1-out situation.
It just makes such a difference, and the Orleans Firebirds are very aware of that, checking out Julio Solier.
And I think teams are going to get more keen to that idea where just almost every inning, even in the early frames, it may be worth a couple back picks, maybe a pitch out time to time to just try and slow Harwich down on the bases.
That one's downstairs to Peltier.
So on that delivery from the lefty Legurnik, that's called a quick pitch, where if you looked at his front knee and leg, he didn't bend the knee all the way up to his belt. He has to get to the plate quicker to not let Solier get more time on his jump before the delivery to home plate.
Solier with 3 stolen bases so far this season. Peltier takes a strike. Back pick to first. Not in time and right on cue. You talked about it. Teams trying to limit the running game of the Mariners. And Steve Englert, the manager of Harwich, has made it a point to implement that into their game. And he's done so very successfully. We'll see if Solier takes off here. Check back. It's going to become kind of like a cat and mouse game. Top of the scouting report when you play Harwich.
It has to be at this point because, singles don't kill you, but singles that turn into doubles and triples, they do. And we saw it last night. Harwich effortlessly scored 13 runs outside of the grand slam.
That one's chopped foul down the first baseline. Solier kind of geeked out there, almost went, then retreated back. So Orleans definitely paying a lot of attention to him over at first. It also takes away the double play if you take second now. Legurnik comes set at the bell. There's the 1-2. Oh, check back to first. There it is. We already talked about it this season. If the Cape implemented that rule that Major League Baseball has with the limited times you can check back to first, it would be a whole lot different. The pace of play would be a whole lot quicker.
You'd see a whole lot more stolen bases, too.
That's for sure. 1-2. Swinging a liner to left. That's a base hit. First one of the day between either side. Solier on his horse. He goes to third. Peltier slides into second safely. It's a double for JP, and the Mariners are in business. JP Peltier. Oh, he likes playing here at Whitehouse Field. Last time he had a 3-run shot, and now he's backing it up with a double.
And the final element of dancing on the bases and the other team having to respect you is maybe the opposition and their pitcher loses focus with the battle at the plate. And Legurnik was ahead of Peltier there. He's maybe a little bit worried about Solier. Credit to JP pulling that ball and roping it down the line. But there's just so many different cat and mouse games, like you said, that can happen when Harwich has guys on.
Smolinski now up. He looks at a breaking ball outside. If there's one batter you want up right now for the Mariners, Smolinski definitely in the conversation. 316 average coming into the day. 2 home runs and 4 RBIs. Second baseman digs in, trying to get a run across. That's a strike on the outside corner at 96. Another one of those tough left-on-left matchups with Legurnik, the tall frame on the mound, dealing to the second baseman and lefty of the Mariners, Smolinski. Slight wing gust out to right. Here's the pitch. That pops out of the glove of the catcher, Cale Strickland. Throw to home is in time. Talk about limiting the running game. And Orleans just did that. It popped out of the Cale Strickland's glove, trickled slowly down the third baseline, and Solier thought he could gun home, but the throw was way in time, and honestly, he was out by a few steps.
Yeah, not the right decision. There's got to be a threshold of where the ball has to get to, and you can calculate your jump and how far you're creeping down the line in that situation. That one, I don't think anybody, if you're playing a video game, would be sending a runner in a situation like that. Solier definitely overzealous, but the confidence, because the Mariners have been confident in situations like that. Solier scored on a wild pitch last night. We saw on the highlight tape in the middle of the first inning. He scored on a throw down to second on a stolen base attempt from Smolinski. So definitely a little bit too confident there, and that's kind of what comes with being aggressive on the base pass.
2-2, here it is. Swinging a liner to right, caught by the first baseman, Dom Cadiz. A couple inches away from an RBI single and a 1-0 Mariner lead, but instead it's still scoreless here at Whitehouse Field as we head to the fourth on Cape League TV.
Try it, then buy it. Rent a new cat for up to 90 days. Then apply 100% of the rental cost to the purchase and save. The Milton Cat Rent to Purchase offer. Try it, then buy it. Go to miltoncat.com/RPO.
Reader's Hardwood Supply is a candy store for wood, whether you're a professional or an amateur. Reader's Hardwood Supply carries over 70 species of both domestic and imported lumber from around the world, displayed in over 300 self-serve bins for your selection. So for your next project, make it your masterpiece with stock from Reader's Hardwood Supply. The woods of the world are here at Reader's Hardwood Supply.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group. Protecting the possible.
Start of the fourth inning here in Harwich. No score between the Firebirds and the Mariners. And the start of the fourth brought to you by Eastern Propane and Oil. Proud to recognize our hometown heroes throughout the Cape. If you are active duty military, a veteran, police, fire, or EMT personnel, you are eligible for a discount. That's Eastern Propane and Oil. Williford back out there, strike right on the outside corner. 0-1. It's 2, 3, and 4 due up for the Firebirds here in the fourth. Stein, Savoy, and Cadiz. Been a quick start. Just one hit between the two teams in the first three frames. And the starting pitching between two dominant lefties has been excellent.
Yeah, Luke, it feels like every game this season has been a long one for the Mariners, but right now we're cruising by.
Stein out of Wake Forest takes the breaking pitch up and away. And he gets ahead of Williford. The only issue that Williford has had tonight, if you could possibly call it that, is one walk, and that was to Tyler Myatt in the second inning. It's the only base runner that's been on. And he's been, it feels like ahead of hitters the entire way. He's down 2-1 to Stein, kicks and fires. Fly ball, right center field. Garrity battles the sun. He's camped underneath and corrals for the first out in the fourth.
And the sun out there is really playing a factor. And the umpire just asked us up here to turn on the lights. So, obviously, trying to even out that light here at Whitehouse Field. But out there, Garrity is a veteran. He can make those plays with ease.
So now with one out, that brings up the designated hitter, Nate Savoy. Savoy is 4 for 14 in his time on the Cape, has an RBI, and has scored 2 runs. Hitter out of Clemson. First pitch, called a strike. Clemson Tiger Savoy is hoping to help out his starting pitcher both at school and on the Cape tonight, Justin Legurnick, also a Tiger out of the ACC. Here's the 0-1. That's just a little bit outside. Williford, he's quite animated every time there's a borderline call at home plate. He punks his head sometimes.
But also,
he gives
he
you
takes
a yep,
the blame.
absolutely.
He'll take the blame if there's a pitch downstairs, pat himself on the chest.
That one's hacked away, and what do you know? Williford's ahead once again, a ball and 2 strikes. The Mariners, well, their team ERA continues to drop. They're now top 3 in the Cape, a 3.35 staff earned run average. That was a area for the M's last summer behind pitching coach Hunter Dilworth, where they were the best on the Cape, pretty much start to finish, 1-2. In the dirt, that's a solid take on the breaking ball. Orleans, we mentioned in our pregame bit, Milo, that although they've struggled in the runs scored category, they're in the top third of the league in batting average, on-base percentage, slugging percentage. They're just not really getting guys over and in. The 2-2 cut on and miss, that's strike 3. Echeverria gets it done on the drop third. And before you can blink in the fourth, there's now 2 outs.
I mean, That curveball is just filthy. Shades of Clayton Kershaw out there with that 12-6 action, and it's so tough to pick up. And he's just got full confidence in it, and why not keep going back to it? Lights finally come on here at Whitehouse Field, Luke.
And if you're wondering, at UNC Wilmington, where Williford played his college ball this season, his freshman year, the strikeouts, a true consistency there. In 67 innings and 1/3 of action, he struck out 89 batters and only walked 28. So far tonight, he's averaging a strikeout per inning. That was his 4th K on Savoy. Here's Dominic Cadiz. The 0-1 right in there, called strike 2. Williford hops out, grabs some dirt, and he's smiling. A full grin on Big 33 on the hill for the Mariners.
That's the best, when you're just feeling it on the mound.
2-strike pitch in the dirt. You can tell that Orleans has somewhat of a scouting report in the back of their minds on these 2-strike breaking balls, because the curveball, it's so loopy, like you mentioned, Clayton Kershaw, where you need to stay away because it's not really going to fall into the zone unless it starts around your forehead.
Yeah.
So it's a good pitch just to lay off. The 1-2. Cadiz doesn't lay off there, but he hacks it down the third baseline foul. Williford looking for a second consecutive 1-2-3 inning. The 1-2, cut on and a line drive into left field. That's down for the first base hit of the night for the Firebirds. Cadiz a big round around first, but he puts on the brakes. And there it is, a 2-out knock for Dom Cadiz out of UCLA, and that brings up Myatt.
Yeah, he is impressive, real impressive. I lived with the broadcaster of the Walla Walla Sweets last summer, and Cadiz played his summer ball for the Walla Walla Sweets out of the West Coast League last summer. I mean, he's known to be one of the more impressive talents right now out there, and just a freshman this past season at UCLA still made such an impact.
Here's Myatt, first pitch swinging. Foul tip, strike 1. Myatt, left-handed hitter, a rising sophomore, goes to Tennessee. Myatt, a good story, started at Walter State Community College. And then he played at U of Tennessee this year. The 0-1 just misses on the outside edge. You look at his stats, hit .247 for average, 3 homers, knocked in a dozen. Did not play every game, played in 34 contests. He was also with Orleans in 2025. 1-1. Fly ball, softly hit. That's going to leave the yard foul. And now a 2-strike count on the Firebird left fielder. One thing that Myatt's really brought to the Cape, that when you dive into his numbers throughout his career, whether it's been at community college or different summer ball teams, the home runs, he hit 4 in the Cape League summer last year in Orleans, which it's a lot to hit 4 home runs on the Cape, whether it's a full summer or not. And he already has 2 this summer. The 1-2, cut on and miss. No can do there. The 5th strikeout of the night for Trey Williford. He gives up his first hit, but still scoreless baseball with the Ners coming up in the home half on Cape League TV. Friday night baseball in Harwich at Whitehouse Field, and the Mariners are hosting the Firebirds. No score through 3.5, but the Ners are coming up to hit in the home half. It'll be 4, 5, and 6 due up for the M's, Bussey, Grinlinger, and Larson. And alongside Milo Hoffman, I'm Luke Brenneman. Thrilled to have you with us tonight on Cape League TV. Harwich ranks in the top 3 in so many offensive stats this season. Scoring 13 last night on the road at Falmouth definitely helped quite a bit. 41 runs scored, number 1 in the league. 4 home runs, tied for number 1. And a .370 slugging percentage, number 2 in the Cape League. And there's so many others. They lead the league in stolen bases. First pitch to Bussey, cut on and missed. That's 97 right past him. Nothing in 1. The on-base percentage at .378. That's in the top 3. And this guy right here, Charlie Bussey, leads the Mariners in that stat. He gets on at a .556 rate. 0-1. Back-to-back swinging strikes. Bussey in a hole. 0-2.
And dare I say the two pitchers for both sides are kind of similar today for both teams. I mean, 2 lefties, 2 guys that have pretty lively fastballs with nasty breaking ball stuff. Both teams are seeing similar stuff on the mound.
2-strike pitch in the dirt, a nice take. I think you're right, Milo, and each pitcher has given up a hit. The control has been more of an issue for the Orleans starter, Legurnick, who's out there now. He's walked 3 Mariners, but has worked well with runners on base. 1-2. Bussey reaches out and can't connect. That's now the 3rd strikeout of the night for Legurnick, and quickly 1 out in the 4th.
Yeah, that was just brilliant stuff right there from Legurnick, and Bussey had no chance in that at-bat. He's another guy who's mowing down the lineup right now, and this is almost double what he went in on opening day a couple of days ago for Orleans. So obviously more length now given out by manager Kelly Nicholson.
Grinlinger takes just a bit outside and gets ahead. He walked his first time up, but Milo, Mariner fans hope that looking back on that 3rd inning after the Peltier double, Harwich had 2nd and 3rd with just 1 out, and then Solier was thrown out at home trying to score on a wild pitch. This one laced up the middle. That's a base hit for Grinlinger. His 2nd hit of the summer and his first at home. And the home crowd at Whitehouse Field loves it. Now a 1-out base runner for the M's, and the left-handed right fielder, Colin Larson, coming up to the plate.
Yeah, it's just a beautiful swing right there from Grinlinger. You could see why he had so much success. Was a first-team All-SEC member this past season, freshman. And, he's got that swag in the box that he's bringing here to Harwich. Just a big, confident guy who has that contact ability and the power like we saw last night.
Here's Larson. First offering, bouncing ball, 3rd base side, and that's foul. A little bit of an interesting choice to see Casey Comiskey go so aggressively after that ball, considering Larson's speed. I mean, if that ball was fair, Milo, I think that Larson, he leads the Cape in stolen bases. He's in the left-handed batter's box, kind of a shortcut to first base. That could have been a hit.
Well, Luke, I think people are trying to show off here on the Cape. That was an opportunity for a nice play. So
maybe a little Manny Machado running across the body.
Those are the most satisfying videos.
0-1. Larson. Swing and a miss. That slider is working right now for Legurnick. And it's 0-2. 1 on with 1 out, no score. Bottom 4. Here at the Mecca, Whitehouse Field. Best place to play on the Cape. And when you get weather like this, you could play anywhere out here. The 2-strike pitch. Larson stays away. He'll see another one. Quentin Coates on deck. Echeverria after him if we get there here in this frame.
Yeah, I think we already talked about it before, but the energy around the ballpark today, you see all the fans just standing up behind home plate. Everyone trying to get in on the action and see what's going down.
Ground ball, slow roller towards second. Iquez, smooth delivery onto first. There was no play at second base, so Grinlinger slides into scoring position safely and gives a 2-out RBI opportunity to the first baseman out of Cincinnati, Quentin Coates.
Now that moves the runner over in Grinlinger, so now Mariners trying to get it done with runners in scoring position. This year, a .299 average with runners in scoring position are the Mariners.
And Harwich has been the best team in the league when it comes to situational baseball, whether it's small ball opportunities or something even like this. You got a runner in scoring position, and you're trying to manufacture a run. And here's Coates. First pitch, high fastball, swing and a miss. Coates continues to slump a little bit in Harwich, but he got a hit in the first pitch that he saw of last night's contest at Falmouth. Got a fastball, didn't miss it, and drove it the other way. If he can do that here, the M's will strike first. The 0-1. This one's cut on, up the middle. It's down for a base hit. The windmill is on at third. Here comes the throw from Jackson in center. It's cut off, and a 2-out RBI knock is exactly what Quentin Coates was looking for. The Mariners lead 1-0.
Just a good piece of hitting for Coates. And every time he's hit the ball and been successful this season has been up the middle or to right. And so a little slasher to center, dug it out. It was down low, and that's a nice piece of hitting from the Cincinnati product. And if he can get going, this Mariner team is just dangerous.
And we talked about it, 6 strikeouts already on the Cape for Coates, and he struck out in the second inning as well in his first plate appearance. That is not typical for him at school throughout a longer season where he had 150-plus at-bats. Echeverria comes up. So I think it's only a matter of time, Milo, where you see a couple more of these dunked-in base hits. On his lone extra base hit at Whitey, he went the other way to right center for a double. And you start timing up the fastball a little bit. Maybe he gets to that pull side and starts hitting a few out of here. I mean, heck, he hit 28 homers in college. Echeverria in a 0-2 hole.
Yeah, you don't just go from 28 homers to nothingness, and it's only a matter of time. And I agree with you, actually. I think, the homers might not come right away. You got to take your hits when you've got them.
Right. And those build confidence.
Yep.
So Coates off of first. The Mariners lead 1-0 in the bottom of the fourth. 0-2 with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Echeverria takes inside. A borderline take, but a good one. 1-2.
It's been consistent throughout the entire Mariner lineup. Echeverria 0 for 1 today, but he's walked 3 times this season. Just long at-bats that wear you down.
Legurnik looks in, trying to keep it at just 1 here in the fourth. 2-strike pitch. Swing and a miss. That's 3. His 4th strikeout of the night, but not before Grinlinger gets on. Coates gets him in, and the Mariners lead 1-0. Let's go to the 5th on Cape League TV. The Mariners strike first at home in the bottom of the fourth, and we go to the 5th here on Cape League TV. 1-0 M's. Alongside Milo Hoffman, I'm Luke Brenneman. The starter for the Mariners, Trey Williford, back out there for his 5th inning of action. Pitch count sits right at 61 pitches. Remember on opening day, Milo, we were on the road at YD when Williford made his first Cape League start, and the Mariners pitching coach, Hunter Dilworth, forgot his pitch clicker. So he kept coming up to us in between inning breaks. As this one's bunted, Williford gets out of the way. Peltier throws on the run, but Coates could not snow cone it. And Comiskey's going to reach.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting how they call that one. Are they calling that he was interference? They might have called an out on that play. You see here on the replay, it was a slow bunt, almost perfect. And they're saying the runner, Comiskey, was in the way of Coates. So that's an out. Wow.
The Mariners will take it. It was a really nice play from Pelletier to even get the ball there on time. I think Coates probably wants that one back. And if you look back at that replay, it feels like the first base bag has a spotlight of sunlight on it. And that's the only part of this entire infield here at Whitehouse Field with any version of sun on it.
That was really, I don't know if I agree with that call. Do you?
I don't know if I have the credentials to really speak about it because I wasn't looking down the line anymore. 1-0 to Henrik.
I mean, Comiskey was running down the line, and it didn't look like he went out of the way. Maybe a little bit inside right there. Shaded himself a little bit inside in fair territory, but, I mean, just a little bit. Mariners will take it, though, like you said.
Rather be lucky than good, Milo. 2-0 skied, first base side, and just foul.
It was funny, the last time we were here, you said it's about time the Mariners get some lucky bounces. And I think
proceeded to score 11 unanswered runs.
Half of them were just infield hits that bobbled off of the opponent. So, like, you know, you ask and I guess you shall receive.
Tuitt made 2 errors in that game as well. The 2-1 is right there, strike at the knees, and Williford works it back even on the right fielder, Rainer Henrik. Henrik just 1 for 14 on his young summer, trying to kick it into gear. His one hit was a 2 RBI base knock. But it was so good to see Quentin Coates get the 2-out RBI for the M's in the bottom half of the fourth. And after a borderline fastball, the count goes full on Henrik.
This is when you got to keep it together if you're Williford. Stay poised on the hill.
Payoff pitch. Weak fly, shallow left field. Bussey goes back, now comes in, and settles underneath. 2 up, 2 down in the top of the fifth.
And even though the Firebirds are 1-4, we talked about their offense. I mean, their .252 average coming into the season was second ranked in the Cape this year.
It's time for Trident Trivia of the day. Remember, Mariner fans, hashtag Trident Trivia on Twitter to give us your answer. We'll give the answer in the 7th inning. Who is the most recent Harwich Mariner to win an MLB MVP? And the hint from our producer, Sawyer Goldwine, says he comes out of the American League. So, Milo, this is the part of the game where you give us your best guess. 2 out, nobody on. It's the catcher, Cale Strickland, at the plate. We might have to come back to this one because it's a sky-high fly ball. Smolinski, did he catch it? Oh, my goodness, he did. Pitched it behind the back for a little bit of extra flair to end the inning. Williford continues to stay on the downhill. The Mariners lead by 1. We're heading to the home half of the 5th on Cape League TV.
Try it, then buy it. Rent a new cat for up to 90 days. Then apply 100% of the rental cost to the purchase and save. The Milton Cat Rent to Purchase offer. Try it, then buy it. Go to miltoncat.com/RPO.
Reader's Hardwood Supply is a candy store for wood, whether you're a professional or an amateur. Reader's Hardwood Supply carries over 70 species of both domestic and imported lumber from around the world, displayed in over 300 self-serve bins for your selection. So for your next project, make it your masterpiece with stock from Reader's Hardwood Supply. The woods of the world are here at Reader's Hardwood Supply.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise.
For players ages 5 to 17, all while having a great time and playing on the same field as the Mariners. Registration forms and more information can be picked up at the merchandise booth.
We are cruising here on Friday night in Harwich. It's already the bottom of the 5th, and the Mariners lead the Orleans Firebirds 1-0. The starter for Orleans, Justin Legurnick, who only went 2 innings on opening day, his first Cape League start of the summer, is back out there for the 5th. You dive into his college stats. He pitched a ton at Clemson this year, 19 appearances, 40 innings, and his longest outing was back in early May against Boston College. He went 5 1/3, only gave up 3 runs. 7 hits. He's into the 5th tonight, just 3 hits, good for 1 run, and he's dealing with 9, 1, and 2 in the Mariners lineup. Here's Garrity. Garrity, broken bat liner into the hole on the backhand. Stein throws across the diamond. Bang, bang play, but Garrity beats it out for a hit. Wow. I think out of the 9 Mariners in the lineup tonight, Garrity may be one of 2 who beats that out. That's a bad break on a fantastic play from the shortstop, J.D. Stein. But Harwich on the right side of a little bit of lady luck and another broken bat. And the leadoff man aboard here in the 5th.
You need 2 bat boys to pick up the bat right there. There was actually 2 people who came out of the dugout and took at bat. So very, very fortunate that no one got hit with the barrel there. I mean, that's scary and even more impressive for the shortstop. You got the ball rolling towards you, but then you have 2 bats flying midair. It's a lot to pay attention to.
Top of the order up now for the M's. Here's Julio Solier. Garrity goes first pitch, swing and a miss, throw down to second on 1 hop. No. Garrity and his speed now 4 for 4 in the stolen base department. Harwich increases their league-leading 27th stolen base on the Cape.
I love it. Just no hesitation, too. First pitch to Solier, top of the lineup. Get me on second and give us another chance to score.
Cale Strickland, the catcher for the Firebirds, that throw was on the money, and it looked like Iquez over there at second base had the tag down in time, but Garrity may have avoided it. Nonetheless, the 0-1. Solier, weak grounder, foul, and he's down 0-2. So for Garrity getting on base, what if I told you, now in 14 at-bats, Ryan Garrity just has 2 hits.
Yeah.
He's been on base 9 times.
It's unbelievable. The walks are saving Garrity's, his numbers, to put it plainly, but also just his impact on the team. Even though he's not getting hits, he's still making an impact.
And here he goes again. The throw down to third. That trickles away from Comiskey. And that has been Mariner baseball this summer. An infield hit to kick off this inning. Garrity steals second on 1 pitch. Now scurries over to third on a ball that just barely spit away from the catcher Strickland. And Harwich arguably has their best hitter up at the plate in a runner in third, nobody out situation. Bottom 5.
You got to get a run home here if you're the Mariners.
Solier down 1-2. The pitch. That went behind him. Now Garrity's coming to the plate. And no slide, no problem. The Mariners extend their advantage to 2-0.
Ryan Garrity just went on a wild trip around the bases.
He singled and scored. Nothing else happened. No. We're still in the Solier at bat.
I mean, a stolen base, then you go to third, and now you come home on a wild pitch, and he was just sliding all over the place, creating a run.
So the Mariners pretty much start this inning with the top of the order up and nobody out. Here's Solier, 2-2 the count. Legurnick comes home. Upstairs.
Oh my goodness. I mean,
seems like the control is maybe starting to lose its dominant command from the first 3 innings now for Justin Legurnick. Harwich started to get to him a little bit in third, had a second and third opportunity with just 1 out, didn't score. Payoff pitch. This one is slashed the other way, but foul down the right field line.
Once the at-bats get longer and longer for Solier, you start to see more confidence build up for the Boston College infielder, and you just look at him. He's got that swag. Nice and slow. You're on my time right now, Solier says.
Payoff pitch. Ground ball up the middle that sneaks through a base hit. Solier reaches for the second time tonight, and his bat stays hot. So now 1 on, nobody out, 1 already in for J.P. Peltier.
Solier continues to stay impressive.
Peltier 1 for 2 so far tonight. Doubled back in the 3rd inning. See if Solier goes from first base. First pitch. Peltier stays away, 1-0. This might be the hook for Justin Legurnick. There is action in the Orleans bullpen. And the longtime manager for the Firebirds, Kelly Nicholson, might want to get there quick because this is the toughest part of the Mariners' order. They hit in bunches, and the check on Solier may give some more time to the right-hander in the pen.
Now Orleans maybe going to the pen here in the 5th, but it's been really impressive so far for Legurnik and still trying to get out of this jam right now.
Solier goes. The throw goes back to first. The throw into second hits off his helmet. He's safe and might just need a second on second base to catch his breath. Hopefully that caught the helmet, but he's rubbing the lower back.
Yeah, he's rubbing his lower back right now. Standing up on the mound. That can't feel too good. You like to see him crack a little bit of a smile. Looks like he'll be all good to stay out there on second. Yeah, that just plunked him right here. Strong throw. Oof. Hit him hard. He didn't know where the ball was.
These guys have at least been hit by 90-plus mile-an-hour fastballs. I wonder if Dominic Cadiz is pumping that in there harder. 1-0 to Peltier, fought off.
I mean, what would your reaction be if you got hit by that ball?
You know, Gino and I talked about this last year, and it was a reoccurring thing, Milo, where we talked about if we would cry, if we would quit.
Oh, I know Gino said he would cry.
He did say he would cry.
I know Gino said he would cry.
I don't think I would cry, but I would definitely look for my mom in the stands at some point.
All right.
1-1. Peltier belts one, left field line, foul. That had a lot of similarities to that double he hit in the third, but just a little bit too out in front of that one. Now a 2-strike count on the Harwich third baseman.
Have you seen Gino do like a fake cry? I mean, he has done fake. He is the best impressionist, one of the best guys that does impressions I've ever met. So,
2-strike pitch. Called, strike 3 at the knees. First out of the 5th is a big one for Legurnik. Solier stays put at second. It's going to bring up the Harwich second baseman, Ty Smolinski. He's 0 for 2 so far tonight.
Tyler Smolinski.
Another chance right here for the Mariners to bring another run across. You would have liked to see Peltier put that one in play. You know, roller to the right side would have moved Solier over, or fly ball perhaps. But now Smolinski trying to pick up his teammate.
Inside with 97. That's the fastball from Legurnik, 1-0. Smolinski hitting above 300 for average on the summer so far. Talked to his college teammate at Kansas State, bullpen arm for the Mariners, Adam Arthur. He said Ty Smolinski loves the Cape. Adam Arthur was here last summer. 1-0 is a little bit down. I just asked him, I said, how are the other Kansas State guys liking it here? Because Adam Arthur could be a spokesperson for the Cape Cod Baseball League. He's a ball of energy. He's a ball of fun. And he loves playing out here and just kind of the day-to-day life. An L.A. kid has gone coast to coast. He may pitch tonight. 2-0. Runner goes from third. Check swing. Throw down. That is a perfect throw to get Solier.
Wow, another guy that's been on an adventure on the base path so far today. I mean, plunked in the back by a throw from first. And he was thrown out at home after trying to score on a wild pitch that really didn't get too far away from the catcher, Strickland, and now thrown out at third. But the Mariners are going to take this. Like, this is what's going to happen if you're going to be aggressive. It's just plain and simple.
3-1 now on Smolinski, but that's the second time tonight, whether it was a caught stealing there or caught trying to score at home plate on a pass ball. Solier has been the victim of both the Mariner outs on the bases. 3-1 pitch, out and away, and Smolinski draws a walk. The only thing that you could bring up as an argument is there are better times to try and steal bags in certain situations, and Ty Smolinski has been the best power hitter for Harwich. He's been one of the more clutch hitters for the Mariners, and he also hits third. Kelly Nicholson comes out, and that could be it for the lefty Legurnik. But to finish that thought on Solier, maybe you let Smolinski bring you in, or now Bussey, who's the cleanup hitter, because that's their job. The pass ball is a little bit of a different story. And yes, it's a call to the bullpen for the Firebirds. The Mariners lead 2-0, have a 2-out runner on in the bottom of the 5th. We'll be right back here on Cape League TV. New pitcher for Orleans. It's going to be the right-hander out of Southern Alabama Athletics. Jacob Haley, 6'3", 200-pound right-hander out of Huntsville, Alabama. And in 2026, he did not pitch all too much, just 9 appearances, a 3.07 ERA. Struck out 20 in just 14 2/3, and only walked 5. So he's got good stuff. This is his first outing out here on Cape Cod, and he inherits a 2-out base runner, the most recent walk from Ty Smolinski. We'll keep Justin Legurnick on the hook and his line open for now. But it'll be the left fielder for the Mariners, Charlie Bussey, who's 0 for 2 so far tonight.
Number 19, Charlie Bussey.
A big chance for the Mariners to try to tack on another, finally get to the bullpen. Credit to Legurnick, did pretty well holding down this Harwich team that scored 13 runs yesterday against Falmouth.
First offering, Bussey fights it off backwards. You're right, Milo. I thought Legurnick did a really solid job. As of right now, 4 2/3, 5 hits, 2 runs. If Smolinski comes around to score, that could be 3. But he struck out 5. I think the biggest issue was that he walked 4.
Yeah.
Kept his pitch count a little up there, but still deep into this game. You don't see too many Cape League guys go 5 innings. He was an out away from a 5-inning start.
Both guys tonight have gone with very solid starts in terms of the output that they're giving on the mound.
Runner goes from first. Pitch is taken outside. Throw down. Not caught by Iquez. And another stolen base for the M's. That's Smolinski's second of the summer.
Yeah, kind of look at that twice. Just 2 for Ty Smolinski so far. It feels like he's on so much every game. And is a middle infielder, has speed. Just his second stolen base.
That's the third bag swiped of the inning for the Mariners. 1-1 the count on Bussey. See if he can bring in Ty. The pitch. In the dirt, it gets away. Smolinski is already at third base. Manufacturing runs. Another chance here, and this would be Harwich style with 2 outs.
Very, very Harwich style. I mean, just when you get on first, it almost feels like a failure if you don't make it to third base by a couple pitches.
They should start selling a 2-scoop ice cream here at Whitehouse Field. Because
good.
Harwich does everything better with 2 outs. The 2-1 clips the zone, and it's now 2-2 on Bussey. Bussey comes into tonight hitting .385 for average, has knocked in 3. Just 1 extra base hit, and has scored 4 runs. Good spot here to put the M's up 3. 2-2. In the dirt, it squirts away, but a smart decision this time from Smolinski to stay put.
It's so clear that the mindset is go, 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 stop. Like, you know, I'm going to go, and then I have to stop myself. You kind of take that to the plate as well when you're hitting. You're like, hit, 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 okay, leave on a pitch outside. It's the same mindset for running the base paths.
Bussey checked his swing, and that's ball 4. That's a really good at-bat from Charlie Bussey. And you wonder why the Mariners are so good with 2 outs. They're not trying to rush that runner in from third base. Bussey's fine. Now putting runners on the corners and passing the baton, passing the barrel to the new man in town, Trent Grinlinger. He was the first run of the game for the Mariners. Had a single with 1 out in the 4th, and then Quentin Coates brought him home with a 2-out RBI. So here's where the Mariners have done something better than anyone all summer long. Runners at the corners. We'll see if Bussey runs from first base. He's stolen 3 out of 5 base attempts this summer. But if he does and the catcher throws down to second, you may see Smolinski go home and try and score from third.
A classic double steal.
We've seen it primarily with 1 out for the M's this summer because you can trade the out at second base for a run at home if they do throw down. The check on Bussey. Not in time. But the situation here would be that if the catcher Strickland, who's been accurate tonight behind the plate, throws down to second, then Orleans could get the out there and just simply end the inning no matter what Smolinski does. 1-0 pitch, Bussey goes from first. The throw does go down to second, but Smolinski doesn't run, and he would have scored with ease.
Yeah, that would have been an easy run for the Mariners. Very odd that he didn't run. I thought for sure that was the play. It's so interesting when you look at the numbers. The Mariners only had 1 registered at-bat so far this season with runners on first and third. Just 1 because of the amount of times that the runner on first steals and goes to second.
And even here, it took just 2 pitches for Bussey to advance into scoring position.
And then 15 at-bats with runners on second and third. That's the most in the Cape.
Look at our statistician and color commentary at a Milo Hoffman. Grinlinger, 2 in scoring position, ahead in the count, 2-0. M's up by 2 in the 5th. Here's the pitch. Low and away. It seems like nobody really wants to challenge Trent Grinlinger on this Firebirds pitching staff. He walked in the 2nd, had the single up the middle in the 4th. Now he's staring down a 3-0 count. We'll see if the product out of Tennessee may have a green light in this situation. He does, and fouls it off.
Yeah, why not? Let him loose.
I actually really like that. You give a guy in just his 2nd game, his home opener, some confidence. His bench trusts him. His teammates trust him. He's given him every reason. Heck, he hit a grand slam last night in his Harwich debut. Grinlinger slices one towards right center field. Jackson got a good jump, and he makes the diving play. Oh, my gosh. Zach Jackson ran that ball all the way into the right center field gap, laid out, and that ends the inning.
Wow.
2 Mariners stranded in scoring position, but I would say that Jackson took away both of those runs on that grab. Harwich adds on another in the 5th. It's 2-0. We head to the 6th on Cape League TV. The M's tack on another in the 5th. It's the start of the 6th, brought to you by Netting Pros. Stadionic is the official netting and facility solutions partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. When it comes to netting and building iconic sports facilities, it's Netting Pros, Stadionic, making sports facilities iconic. Here's Zach Jackson. First pitch. He might have to let a couple of those go by because he still may be out of breath from the diving play he made in center field to end the inning in the bottom of the 5th. That was unbelievable, Milo.
Yeah, I mean, that's another one that could be on SportsCenter tonight.
0-1, ground ball, slow roller, right side, and it's bobbled and skipped away off the glove of Smolinski. That'll be an error on the Mariners' third baseman. Maybe a chance here for the Firebirds to try and get something going, trailing by 2 in the 6th.
Yeah, just 2 runs right now. I mean, the Firebirds came in 1-3, the Mariners 4-1. So if you had to pick a favorite, you'd probably go the M's. But right now, Mariners are giving the Firebirds some extra opportunity right there, just bobbled off of the glove of Smolinski.
So the lineup turns over. It's now Iquez, the error, and Jackson reaching. Is this the 3rd base runner for Orleans the entirety of this night? Williford back out there. He started the game into the 6th inning. First pitch called a strike. Iquez, like many others, 0 for 2 tonight. Struck out most recently in the 3rd. Elijah Iquez, a native of Hawaii, plays his college ball at Hawaii as well. 0-1. Breaking ball away. Iquez was a standout performer for Orleans in the summer of 2025. Take a look at Andrew Basil getting loose in the Mariner bullpen. He had 282 for the Firebirds, put 5 over the fence, and knocked in 21. If he puts one over the fence here, we got a completely new game in the 6th inning.
Yeah, that's for sure.
The only thing that has slowed down Williford this entirety of the summer is the long ball. Remember, gave up the grand slam on opening day against YD, but this is a masterful start so far. Just one hit, scoreless baseball. 1-1. Runner goes from first, chopped right at the plate, but foul. Probably a good thing for the Mariners because Zach Jackson got a huge jump off of first base trying to snag second.
Yeah, he's an athlete. There we saw the play in center field, now trying to steal some bases.
Jackson just a rising junior at the University of Virginia.
This is a different game than we've seen so far from the Mariners. Like, this whole game has just been kind of different than all the other ones.
It's a close one. 1-2. This one slicing down the right field line. It could be right there. A diving play. Colin Larson, out of your mind. The second time we've seen him do it in that many days, and crack a smile, young man. The Massachusetts kid is showing off in Cape Cod.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Full airborne. I mean, you can't make this up.
Iquez is out. J.D. Stein's up. One on with one out.
That might be SportsCenter top 10, too.
This Mariner team is an all-star team right now. First pitch in there, strike one.
I mean, we've literally just seen two plays that could be SportsCenter top 10. I don't want to say it again. I feel like I'm just a broken record, but it's true.
It's the Cape League, Milo. Highlights every night. The 0-1. In the dirt. The Cape League slogan is where the stars of tomorrow shine bright tonight. And Colin Larson, can he even see? I think his hat and his brim went over his eyes because he hit the ground.
He saw the ball, that's for sure.
Unbelievable. 1-1 pitch. In there, Nasty with the breaking ball. And Williford gets ahead 1-2. That's a healthy way to propel your starting pitcher into the longest outing out of any Mariner this summer. If you can steal outs on plays like that in foul territory. Stein looking to protect the throw over to first. Now Coates goes down to second. The Mariners get the tag down. This is fun to watch. The M's are just so defensively sound. They let nothing by them in situations like that one. And after a leadoff error, nobody on the bases. There's now 2 outs and a 1-2 count on Stein.
Yeah, just erasing runners on the base paths right now. I agree with you. That play out there and right from Larson is kind of like the play that's made when there's a no-hitter going. You look over, you're like, oh, this could be it. Like, if plays like that are being made, like, we've got a chance here.
So if Williford can get one more out, that would make it 14 consecutive innings for the Mariners without giving up a run. Here's the 2-strike pitch. Struck him out. Trey Williford. A loud yell as he leaves the mound, and that could be the final time he goes after a Firebird tonight. But straight domination, 6 innings of scoreless baseball. The M's lead by 2. We're going to the bottom of the 6th on Cape League TV. Back here in Harwich, the Mariners lead 2-0 over Orleans, and back to the top half of this inning. Colin Larson, I could watch it 5 more times.
Yeah, I mean, unbelievable, and it only makes sense that he's up right now. He's still smiling. He still knows what he just did out there. I mean, look at that. Just unbelievable stuff out of the kid.
We'll see if he can parlay that into a base hit here. He's 0 for 1, reached base on a walk. First pitch. Fastball outside. So it's the reliever Jacob Haley still in the game. He came in with 2 outs in the 5th, walked Bussey, and then got Grindlinger to fly out to center on a diving play from Zach Jackson. Moral of the story, we've seen a lot of good defense these last 2 innings. 1-0, a healthy cut. Nothing doing. That evens the count.
Yeah, a lot of good defense. And it's been like that for most of the season so far. I mean, every single game it seems like there's a play that is made. You just put a star in your scorebook and go back to it.
Larson can't connect again. That was straight gas. 97. Swing and a miss. Remember Larson from East Hampton, Massachusetts. 5'9", 185, went to Williston Northampton School, and now he plays at Boston College. 1-2. That's away. Evens the count.
Yeah, Kevin Saxton wanted to call a strike there. Home plate umpire. That was close.
Larson stole 21 bases at school, which is obviously elite, but now already having 7 on the Cape, he might beat that, but you can't steal if you can't get on, and that's a called strike 3 to kick off the bottom of the 6th. Haley's looked solid out of the bullpen.
Yeah, just a perfectly painted fastball in the lower half of the zone. And this game is 2-0. That's it. And the Orleans pitchers have done really well for the most part. So they just got to keep it here and give their offense a chance to come back.
The Mariners come in riding a 4-game winning streak. Orleans has lost 2 in a row. Coates, high and tight, takes ball 1. If the Mariners can get to 5-0, we head to Wareham tomorrow, and then back at home with a date against YD, who leads the league on Sunday night.
Yeah, but YD fell tonight. 4-3 to Katuitt. First loss of the season. So if the Mariners win this game, then they're tied at first for best record in the Cape. I know very early on, and, you kind of prevent yourself from doing any scoreboard watching, but good to see.
2-0, Coates blasts one. Right center field. This has eyes for the gap, and it ricochets off the wall. Jackson fires it in. A stand-up 2-bagger. Quentin Coates. Now a 2-hit night tonight. He's out of the slump, and the Mariners have a man in scoring position with just 1 down in the 6th.
There it is. Keep going the opposite way for Coates. I mean, just going with that fastball deep to right.
From Penn, number 6.
You can't get beat by the fastball if you're just going to make up your mind and go with it to the opposite way. And Coates is really starting to come around here. Impressive stuff out of someone who we expected a whole lot from out of Cincinnati. I mean, that ball just bounced off the fence.
That ball was murdered the other way.
Might be a hole.
Carry him off the wall. It hit the wall. Coates dances off a second. Echeverria sky-high fly ball. It looks like the shortstop Stein. He has it. And 1 pitch, 1 out. That's a big out for Haley and the Firebirds. Now 2 down. Coates stays put. And it brings up the 9-hole hitter Ryan Garrity.
The center fielder from Northeastern, number 3, Ryan Garrity.
You don't typically see that out of Echeverria, a guy that prides himself on his plate discipline. First pitch, he liked one. Have to respect the confidence to go after it. But now it's up to Garrity to bring home Coates with 2 down. Garrity's 1 for 2. Swing and a miss. There's a slider. So the Quentin Coates double was 106 miles per hour off the bat.
Wow. Big league stuff.
0-1. Swing and a miss. So he starts Garrity off with a slider. Got Garrity to bite for strike 1. Then pumps it up with a 96-mile-an-hour fastball right past him. And now you really wonder what the Mariners center fielder could be expecting here, down 0-2. Haley kicks and deals. up high. A good take from Garrity.
Even Coates is dancing off of second.
Coates is one of those confident ball players where I think he may just do things to keep him in his own rhythm.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw the first baseman taking practice grounders at short the other day, and one of the coaches said, "What the heck is Coates doing taking ground balls at short?"
Why not?
Garrity, slow roller up the middle, glove by the shortstop Stein. That's smooth for the final out of the sixth. Garrity can get up the line with the best of them, but not in time to beat Stein. And the Mariners spoil a one-out double from Coates. We're going to the seventh. It's a tight one here in Harwich. 2-0. Mariners lead on Cape League TV.
For over 50 years of support.
That's it for the Mariners starter Trey Williford. A masterclass of an effort tonight. 6 innings of one-hit scoreless baseball. And now it's back to the right-hander, Andrew Basil out of Northeastern. It's Basil's second appearance out of the Mariner bullpen so far this summer. Came in the 6-3 win right here at Whitehouse Field over Hyannis. That was on the 15th of the month. Went 3 innings of one-hit, 2-run baseball. Basil's a guy who can pump in the velocity, and he's got a tough task here in the Firebirds lineup. It's the heart of the order, 3, 4, and 5. Here's Nate Savoy, the DH, 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts so far tonight. Fastball in there.
This is when you feel like Orleans can really do their most damage right now. Like you said, the heart of the lineup, trying to get the job done.
0-1, Scorcher into right field. That's a leadoff knock for the Firebirds and Savoy. And Milo, that's on cue with everything you've been saying. It feels like the Mariners out hitting Orleans 6-2 in this game, but just a very slim 2-run advantage. This is anybody's contest.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the tying run is up now, and arguably their best hitter in Dom Cadiz is at the dish. So right now, Orleans happy to see that Trey Williford is out of this ball game. Now Basil trying to pick up where Williford left off. But, I mean, sometimes you're just happy to see the new guy on the mound. It seems like a fresh start.
Basil trying to pick up where Williford left off. Cadiz, like Milo mentioned, with his hit today in the 4th inning, now 8 for 22 at the plate in the Cape League. The best hitter for average for Orleans. 1-0 misses away, now 2-0. Savoy has stolen 1 base in 1 attempt this summer on the Cape. He's off of first base right now.
Interesting to see if they send him with the tying run and one of their best hitters at the plate. You don't necessarily want to risk it.
He deked it out. This one is clobbered dead center field. Garrity was playing back and struts over to make the catch. That's unfortunate for Cadiz and the Firebirds because that ball was one of the hardest hit balls we've seen tonight, and it was just right at the Mariner outfielder.
Yep, had the sound off the bat, but right at Garrity over in center.
The left fielder from Tennessee, number 16.
You'll take that if you're the Mariners.
You know what we have not seen in a long, long time, Milo?
What's that?
A double play.
It's true. Yeah, it feels like there has been very few double plays all season long.
Here's Myatt, 0 for 1 tonight. Reached on a walk. First pitch in the dirt.
You making a prediction?
That's not my job.
Yeah.
But if it happened, it'd be the 7th inning stretch.
It's true. Mariners had a big double play against Bourne. That's really the only one that I remember with the bases loaded, got them out of that bases loaded jam.
We know they have the infield connection to do it. 1-0 inside. The third baseman, J.P. Peltier, is shifted a little bit towards the second base bag, and he's playing in. Shortstop Solier hinted a little bit more up the middle. So expecting the left-handed hitter Myatt to pull the ball, but he may not have to swing. That's 3 consecutive pitches outside of the zone. Now 3-0.
Yeah, the starting pitching has been really good for the Mariners. The bullpen has shown signs of, okay, maybe we can give up a few knocks here and there. Obviously, yesterday that wasn't the case, but just 2 pitchers used for the M's.
3-0. Green light for Myatt. He may have swung at borderline ball 4. He's going to have to dig back in for the 3-1 pitch. We'll see if Basil can get away with a gift here in the 7th. 1 on, 1 out. The 3-1. Cued foul, and the count's full. This would be a big confidence boost for Andrew Basil, and it would go a long way in protecting this lead. If he can fall behind a hitter, and one of the better hitters for Orleans, Myatt. He has 2 homers already this summer, 5 runs batted in. In a slim, tight contest like this, 2-0 Mariners lead. Try and get him out for the second out of the inning. Payoff pitch. Ground ball foul.
This is a long at-bat right now. The longer the at-bat goes, the advantage goes to the hitter. So right now, Myatt is seeing all the pitches that Basil has in his repertoire, and he's trying to get one out over the plate and do some damage. Last thing you want to do is that double play if you're Orleans.
Another payoff. Inside ball 4, first and second for the Firebirds. They're lingering around here with 1 out in the 7th.
I think that's the perfect word to describe this, linger. I mean, they've just been here, and the Mariners haven't been able to tack on extra insurance runs, and because of that, now the winning run, go-ahead run, is at the dish.
From UTRGV, number 11, Armani Raygoza.
So a pinch hitter for the Firebirds. That's it for Casey Comiskey, the third baseman. It's now Armani Raygoza. First and second, 1 out. First pitch. Raygoza swings and fouls it straight back, 0-1.
And did really well in Rio Grande Valley. Big moment in this game for him. Double play still intact, though.
Basil comes home, the 0-1. That's a fair ball. Oh, my goodness, a late call. One's already in. The windmill is on from the back runner, Myatt. Here's the cutoff, and it's all tied up. Armani Raygoza. It only took him 2 pitches in the pinch hit at bat, and Steve Englert is already out of the dugout to argue a fair or foul call that froze me, Milo, because it looked to be about a foot foul.
Yeah, that was so close, and it was hit hard off the bat, so you couldn't really tell down the line. I mean, just so close, and yeah, Englert's going to argue that one, but because there's really no replay and space to see it with everyone watching, it's going to be hard to overturn that.
Savoy scores, Myatt scores. Raygoza ties it up with a 2-ribby double.
From San Diego, number 29,
And maybe a bad break for the Mariners, but it's a game of inches. And you got to credit the pinch hitter who stayed ready on the bench into the 7th inning. And Orleans may not be done just yet, Milo. It's now 2-2, runner in scoring position with 1 out. First pitch in there for strike 1. Another pinch hitter for Orleans. This is Rex Watson, right fielder out of Coastal Carolina.
Orleans going to the bench here, and it worked.
Watson goes after the 0-1, can't connect. So for Basel, the lead has been blown, and you want to keep it that way. I would still like the Mariners' chances. Going into the bottom of the 7th, a tie game. Coming into tonight, they're 4-1 for record. Orleans, just 1 win in 5 games. 0-2 skips in the dirt. But what a big hit for Raygoza and Orleans. They needed that one.
Yeah, and it felt like they were going to get that hit when they needed it most because they've just been in this game the entire time. And there it finally came through from the pinch hitter, Raygoza, who's been sitting in the dugout the whole game. Credit to him. No batting cages here underground to stay hot.
2-strike pitch. Struck him out. A nice bounce back from Basel, and there's 2 down in the 7th. That's Basil's first strikeout out of the pen. But still a high-pressure moment as the catcher, Cale Strickland, comes up. Raygoza has good speed over there in second base, the outfielder. And here's the catcher for Orleans. Strickland is 0 for 2 so far tonight. Right on right matchup. Basel looks in and comes home in the dirt.
Basel is trying to locate the zone here. Not getting ahead in counts as much. And because of that, it's giving confidence to the Orleans hitters. Strickland hasn't had too good of a day, but a dangerous guy that can get the job done for the Firebirds.
1-0, wave and a miss. So the 2 runs sacrificed in this inning pulls the win away from Williford. He was in line for his first win of the summer. But now you just got to keep this game tied. 2 out, 1 on, 2 already in. 1-1 pitch. Just a little bit away.
And now it's becoming a theme where when Williford goes out there, the Mariners don't give him all that much run support. There's always those pitchers that never get the run support from the team. And right now, Williford 2 times. The Mariners scored just 3 runs on opening day, now just 2 when he started.
2-1. High chopper up the middle. Smolinski on the backhand. Throw to first in time. A nice patient play there to end the inning from the Mariners' second baseman. But Orleans gets this sucker all tied up. A 2 RBI double from Armandi Raygoza. And we're all square. Everybody's going to stretch in the 7th on Cape League TV. What's better than any night on Cape Cod? I would say a Friday night on Cape Cod. And the Mariners and Orleans Firebirds are in a tight one. It's 2-2, bottom of the 7th, packed house here at Whitehouse Field. You saw that sunset when we came back. And Whitehouse Field is a solid 5 or 6 blocks away from the beach. So there are better places to see the sunset, but just kind of a salmon-colored sky, a clear blue. And the fans are dialed into Cape League baseball. Home half of the 7th, top of the order, due up for the M's. I'm Luke Brenneman with Milo Hoffman. And Milo, what's it going to take for the Mariners to prevail tonight? Just blew a 2-0 lead in the top half of the inning.
This is the big inning right here. You got the top of the lineup, see if you can get something going on the offensive side. If they get one guy on it, you feel like they're going to steal a base and make something happen. But, I mean, you got to credit the Firebirds tonight. I feel like it's more of a credit the Orleans Firebirds rather than the Mariners are selling this game, so to speak. There have been mistakes here and there. The Firebirds are playing well.
Solier takes a strike to even the count. It's still the right-hander Jacob Haley. Haley took over in the 5th. The starter, Legurnick, out of Clemson, went 4 2/3 of 5-hit, 2-run baseball. Haley's been perfect out of the pen. 1-1. Solier takes a strike in an identical position as the first strike, and that one stings a little bit more.
Yeah, it always hurts a little bit more when it's the same exact location. Trying to dig back in here. Get the party started.
2-strike pitch. Popped up sky high, first base side. Cadiz drifts over and makes the catch in foul territory, out number 1.
You made that look easy. I mean, that was high in the air. And you saw the sky coming back, and you see it right there. It's tough to keep the ball when you've got that sky in the background. And Cadiz did it well.
Trident Trivia question of the day. Who was the most recent Mariner to win an MLB MVP? The hint was out of the American League. It's Josh Donaldson in 2015. Was a 2006 Cape League All-Star. Here's the Mariners' third baseman. See if he can channel some inner Josh Donaldson, 2006 Cape Leaguer. I don't know about you, Milo. I was 1 year old.
I was also 1 year old. How about this? 2 third baseman, Donaldson, the bringer of rain over there at third, known for all of his swagger.
He made some plays that would wow you defensively, too.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm a Yankee fan, so I had him on my team for a little bit. Wasn't his heyday, but.
Fouled straight back by Peltier. And he's down in the count, 1-2. Got to credit Haley. It's not easy to come into games as a pitcher where you can't really control your team's destiny. Came in with a 2-0 deficit. Has thrown up nothing but zeros ever since. Now he's working on Peltier. 1-2. Ground ball up the middle. Stein lost it. It went into center, and Peltier's going to get aboard with 1 out. See if the Mariners can capitalize on this break. It was going to be a close play regardless, but Harwich will take the no-throw.
Yeah, it's another interesting one on how they're going to score. Obviously a play that J.D. Stein probably tell you he can make, but it was also a weird bounce on the dirt. But the big news is that Peltier is over at first. You see that? It just kind of comes up on him in between the legs a few times.
So here's Ty Smolinski. Has 2 homers already this summer. 2-2 game. And you already know that Orleans is worried about the base running skills of the Mariners. Peltier is a perfect 4 for 4 in stolen base attempts this summer. 2-2 game. Mariners trying to win 5 in a row. Smolinski smashes one high in the air. And it's kind of just going to die in right field. That's Rex Watson, who is freshly into the game for the Firebirds. 2 down.
The left fielder from Francis Marion, number 19, Charlie Bussey.
Here's Bussey. Runner at first, 2 out. 2-2 game. Bottom 7, runner goes. Pitch is taken for a strike. Throw on 1 hop into center field. Peltier is on the dash to third base. No throw. And the Mariners, their success on the bases results in another stolen bag and then an advancement of 90 feet. And here we go. Runner at third in a 2-2 game.
Yeah, there's the Mariner way. Can they take the lead back right here?
Another element of this aggressive play style is it forces the opposition into mistakes. And that time the throw from Strickland was on 1 hop, but again, Iquez could not field. 0-1. Bussey takes low and away.
That's a real good take right there. A good breaking ball that spun down and Bussey held up at the last second.
This is a big at-bat in this game. If the Mariners can regain the lead after giving it away in the top of this inning, and one of the best hitters in the entire Cape at the plate, Charlie Bussey, 1-1. Good take again. Bussey gets ahead. Charlie's 0 for 2 tonight, reached base like he always does with a walk in the 5th. 3 runs batted in on the summer. None would be as big as number 4 if he can get a hit here. 2-1 pitch. Bussey takes high, now 3-1.
And the dangerous Gridlinger on deck for Harwich. So even if Bussey walks here as good as he's been, Gridlinger's also been playing some really good ball in just his second game with the Mariners.
Hit a grand slam last night. 3-1. Bussey belts it into the ground, charging from third on the scoop. Comiskey, what a marvelous play. That saves a run for the Firebirds. He caught that ball on one hop at his ankles and had to charge it to even have a chance. We stay square at 2 apiece. We're going to the final 2 frames. We could have more baseball tonight, but it's 2-2 for now on Cape League TV.
Claim your prize.
Back here at Whitehouse Field, the score 2-2 between the Mariners and the Orleans Firebirds. And let's take a look at some scores across the Cape presented by Massachusetts Office and Travel for Tourism. Falmouth up 3-2 over the Braves in the top of the 8th. We're obviously tied at 2 apiece. Hyannis over Wareham 4-1 in the bottom of the 7th. Chatham and Brewster tied up at 3 apiece in the top of the 6th. And the big result of the day so far, Katuitt takes down YD. Now the Red Sox are 5-1. That's their first loss of the season. And if the Mariners win this, they'll be tied at the top of the Cape with YD. Adam Arthur trying to make it so Harwich can pick out a win tonight on a beautiful night at Whitehouse Field alongside Luke Brenneman on Milo Hoffman. Pinch hitter for Orleans, it's Jeremy Sheffield replacing Zach Jackson. Here's the pitch. Outside with the heat. So the count is 1-0. This is Arthur's second appearance of the season. He picked up the save against Bourne a couple of games ago. Offering. That's a strike at the knees.
Sheffield knocked in 47 this season at Georgetown, playing in the Big East Conference. Only put 4 over the fence.
He is called on a strike there at the knees. Almost looked like he was going to cork a swing, but held back at the last second. Did not matter, though, so Arthur quickly had 1-2. And it's good to see Arthur straight out of the pen, picking out the zone and throwing strikes. 1-2. Swinging a ground ball to short. Solier is there. Picks it up and throws the first in time. So a big 6-3 put out to begin the 8th, and you want to get as many quick outs as possible. Orleans has stormed back into this one. After going down 2-0, they scored 2 in the last inning to tie us up. And now they're trying to pick out their second win of the season.
Adam Arthur, a good guy to have in this game to try and neutralize Orleans. He throws a lot of strikes. Talked about Orleans' ability to get on base. They've drawn a lot of walks. The Mariners have only walked 2 Firebirds this entire night.
There's the pitch to Iquez, player out of Hawaii, down low.
And I think that's what's limited the offensive success.
Yeah.
You're also starting to see a trend. Now the second appearance out of the bullpen for Arthur, he's come in high leverage spots.
Take notes, and manager Steve Engler trying to build his bullpen. Who are the high leverage guys? That's a nasty breaking ball downstairs. He went around. Curtis Duggart over there, the first base umpire, held up his fists instantly.
Arthur's one of those guys that is kind of just a show on the mound. Just look at him kind of twitch and nod and move and shake. He's kind of his own story, and you can feel his confidence.
He's a character. Always a joy to talk to, but also a really uncomfortable at bat in the box. I mean, he's got sort of that twitch, the 3/4 arm angle that he deals home to, and he's trying to pick up a few big outs here for the Mariners. Tied up at 2 apiece, top of the 8th. 4-1 Harwich, 1-4 Orleans, 2-1. Swinging a slicer down the right field line. That'll go foul. Question is who are going to be the high leverage guys for Harwich this season. There have been a few high leverage situations so far. Obviously, Arthur was in one of them, and he was successful. Went more than an inning against Bourne and picked up the save. He's playing in the 8th now, so curious to see if he'll stay out there. There is some action over in the Harwich pen down the left field line. 2-2. Swinging a chopper. High chopper over to short. Solier again. In time with the throw. And there's 2 gone.
Oh, yeah. Solier had to let that ball take one more bounce, and you could see him. He fielded and he stepped into that throw because the velocity to beat the speed of Iquez busting up the line had to be there. And that was a rocket from kind of back there towards that outfield grass. I mean, look at the velocity behind that throw, and it was still as close as it gets at first base.
Had to gear up for that one. Here's J.D. Stein. That's a fastball at 91 miles an hour from Arthur. He's painting the zone early. He's getting ahead in counts. Such an advantage for the pitcher. Crouch is back on the mound. Quick 2 outs here. And a quick 2 strikes.
An area that we haven't really seen the Mariners in this summer. We've seen Harwich protect leads, but we haven't seen a tie game or the Mariners have to come back in the final innings of a manageable game. And here we go, 2-2 in the top of the 8th.
Swinging a liner, 1 hopper to short. Solier for the 3rd time. He's got it. Julio Solier. Have a nice defensive inning. 3 6-3 putouts. Adam Arthur 1-2-3. And we head to the home half of the 8th. Mariners trying to take a lead on Cape League TV.
Try it, then buy it. Rent a new cat for up to 90 days. Then apply 100% of the rental cost to the purchase and save. The Milton Cat Rent to Purchase offer. Try it, then buy it. Go to miltoncat.com/RPO.
Reader's Hardwood Supply is a candy store for wood, whether you're a professional or an amateur. Reader's Hardwood Supply carries over 70 species of both domestic and imported lumber from around the world, displayed in over 300 self-serve bins for your selection. So for your next project, make it your masterpiece with stock from Reader's Hardwood Supply. The woods of the world are here at Reader's Hardwood Supply.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group. Protecting the possible.
Still here in the 8th. Home half. Mariners trying to take a lead over Orleans as we're tied up at 2 apiece at Whitehouse Field. So glad you're joining us on a beautiful, beautiful Friday night here in Harwich, Massachusetts, alongside Luke Brenneman, Milo Hoffman. It'll be Trent Grindlinger, the DH for the Mariners, leading off the frame. He's having himself a pretty good day. Walked in the 2nd, singled in the 4th, came around to score, then flew out to right. But it was a play by Zach Jackson, that could be on SportsCenter Top 10 tonight. So 3 hard-hit, well-put-together at-bats for Grindlinger. And he's ahead in the count 1-0 after that first ball.
I think this is your chance here for the Mariners. You've been ahead all night until you blew the lead in the 7th, but you want to stay ahead. And if you can put one on here, you can close the game out in the top of the 9th.
1-0. That's upstairs, and Grindlinger now ahead 2-0.
It's also now the 2nd time through for the reliever Haley out of the pen. He came into this game in the 5th inning.
He's been there for a while. 2-0. That's a strike. Only pitcher out of the bullpen for Orleans tonight came in for Justin Legurnick, who went 4 2/3, gave up 5 hits, 2 earned runs, walked 4, and struck out 5. 2-1 on its way. That's a strike with some zip. 2-2. Something to note, too, no Mariner pitcher in the bullpen is really getting going right now. So it seems like it's Adam Arthur's 9th, at least to begin. 2-2. Swinging a foul ball right back. That had some exit velo on it.
This is the type of guy that can completely change a tie game with nobody on, with just one swing of the bat. I think Haley knows that. That's why he was maybe picking around Trent.
2-2. Swing and a miss, and there goes the bat into the stands. Look out.
And all the kids want the bat.
Oh, man, that came flying off the hands of Grindlinger.
Oh, thank God nobody was over there. We can confirm that. The bat did hit the ground.
That's the 2nd time today that we've seen bats go flying. The first one was a broken bat that was in the field of play. And you look at this, Grindlinger is ready to do some damage, and whoop, there goes the bat.
Oh, you cringe when you see no netting here, the way Major League has it just so safe.
Pitch to Larson is a strike, up and in.
Looks like the bat's okay.
Yeah, bat's okay. I mean, listen, it didn't break. It's still fully intact, so Grindlinger probably likes that bat a lot. He's been hitting well with the Mariners. Wants to keep it as long as he can. Larson watches a strike on the outside corner.
Haley is painting right now. First pitch up and in, a little bit too uncomfortable for Larson on the fastball, called strike 1. That time just right on the outside corner.
See Evan Jones in the bullpen warming up. Curveball downstairs, check swing, he did not go. There's Larson, he's going to go to work. Sometimes he falls behind and counts, but always going to work a competitive at-bat. He has a walk, a ground out, and a strikeout today. There's the 1-2. That's up and in. Larson kind of had to get out of the way on that one. He's someone else who had a brilliant, brilliant catch. Probably the best catch I've seen so far in the Cape this season. Airborne out to right field, and he made it on a dive. He's been manning the outfield so well for Harwich. Another pitch outside, and just like that, it's full.
And this is a guy, if the Mariners can get on, he is the best in this entire league as of right now at stealing bags. This would be a huge plus for Larson to fight his way on first base.
Big pitch. Here it is from Haley. Swinging a foul ball, and Larson's going to battle.
And Larson's never going to blow you away by throwing balls over the wall or hitting for severe power. We saw him crush a double here in his first game at Whitehouse Field off the right field fence, but he's just one of those guys that he's going to hack away good pitches and hope to, any way possible, get on.
Payoff pitch. Swinging a slow roller over second base side, and it squeaks into right field. That's a base hit for Colin Larson. And the Mariners have a one-out runner aboard in the bottom of the 8th, trying to spark a rally and take the lead.
Look, that one just squeaked under the glove of the second baseman Iquez. That's a play that probably should be made. We get another look at it here. Yeah, that's just kind of lazy. I mean, you have to respect that he's on the run, but one of those where you really got to get low, Milo. At this stage of the game, 2-2 game, top of the 8th, but the Mariners will take that.
And it looks like Kelly Nicholson, the manager of Orleans, is taking a slow trot out to the mound. Jones was warming up in the bullpen for the Firebirds. We'll see if he actually makes the call. Boy, he's got a slow walk out there. Trying to cut down some of this momentum that Harwich may be brewing. I think something on that last play that made it tough was that the first baseman, Ragosa, also cut off the second baseman, Iquez. So
You're right.
Kind of got into his vision there and maybe a bit hesitant on whether or not he was the one that was actually going to make the play. Look at Nicholson there. Not too many words being exchanged between the players. And there's the call. So the Firebirds make a call to the bullpen. And it looks like it'll be Evan Jones, that is, from Wake Forest, coming on. More from him after this quick break on Cape League TV. Okay.
Evan Jones. Right-hander. Audubon, PA. All right, let's go.
A new pitcher on the hill for the Firebirds. It's Evan Jones, the rising sophomore at Wake Forest. And he features a fastball and sinker that go up to the high 90s with a cutter, a slider, and a curveball. He is a tall, tall frame on the hill for the Firebirds, and he'll try to shut down the Harwich offense here, and he'll have to deal with Quentin Coates, the first baseman, to begin his outing.
I would say of all Mariners tonight, Milo, Quentin Coates has had the best night at the plate. 2 hits.
He's struggled so far with the fastball this season. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. Slice foul down the right field line. Oh, Larson was off on that one. First pitch. Welcome to the ball game, Evan Jones, and Larson's trying to take second on you.
Maybe if you're Coates, you just let that one go by and give Larson a chance.
That's a good point.
Any ball in the gap, Larson is going to score.
Coates is trying to bring him home. Struck out back in the second ever since an RBI single and a double. Check back to Larson. That was close. Not in time. Larson with a slide is safe. But boy, oh boy, that's the last thing you want.
I feel like Orleans, credit to them, although the Mariners have stolen a lot of bases tonight, they've done a solid job compared to the others in the Cape League, just keeping an eye on the runners.
Coates calls time. I think he's complaining that the pitcher, Evan Jones, wasn't looking at him on the mound. Hitter and the pitcher both have to be looking at each other and set by the 8-second mark on the pitch clock. 1-1, here we go. Larson off of first. Pitch. Downstairs. That's a nice catch by Cale Strickland, the catcher. Had to stab at that one and make it so it didn't go back to the screen, and Larson would have second easily.
It's tough to steal on guys who throw the ball 99 miles an hour as well.
Long pause from Jones, and Strickland's telling him to get off the mound. We need a reset. 2-2's the score, bottom 8. Runner on first, it's Colin Larson. And now Strickland's trying to get on the same page as his pitcher. Going to call time and walk up to the mound for a visit. Now the umpires, Carl Rodriguez, Curtis Duggart, and Kevin Sackton are going to talk to each other.
Rodriguez, who is the third base umpire, is the crew chief tonight. He's the one who called for the meeting. He's also the one with the back turned to your monitor.
Looks like this meeting is being led by Rodriguez, but also home plate umpire Kevin Sackton is doing a lot of talking, but also listening. Crew chief is going to end the meeting, and looks like no change. Don't you love when they have a meeting and they know what's happening, but up here we just have no clue what the confusion is? I think it has something to do with the pitch
they are
clock.
going to change something.
Oh, they're changing the count. Seems like Quentin Coates is also a little confused. The count's 1-1. So Coates digs back in after some confusion. We're going to resume here. Oh, check back to first. He got him leaning. Not in time.
Larson's an athlete over there. He doesn't dive back. He just completely sprawls back. Like, he lands on the bag. He doesn't slide up against the ground like the word describes. He's so athletic that he can just spring back to the bag.
1-1. Larson goes. Pitch is upstairs. Throw to second. Oh, that's in time. A bullet from Strickland. Guns down Larson, the best stolen baseman on all of the Cape. And a big second out here in the bottom of the 8th.
That feels like when Yadier Molina threw out Billy Hamilton back in the old Major League Baseball days, where a catcher and the runner have a mutual respect. I mean, you could just feel it. I know it's a big stage in the game, but Larson just kind of shocked that someone threw him out when he turned back. The frustration.
Yeah, still frustrated going back to the dugout. That pitch is downstairs. Now it makes you scratch your head.
I mean, not everything can be perfect when you try and steal, 9 out of every 10 bases, Milo. And that's how it's been throughout the course of these first 5 games.
3-1. Breaking ball spins in for strike 2, and Coates nods his head at that one. Talks back to Kevin Sackton, clarifying that was a strike. So now the count's full, bottom 8, 2 outs. And the score is 2-2. Here's the pitch from Jones. Swing and a miss, more of a wave. And that does it in the 8th. After Larson got aboard via a single thrown out on the base paths, Coates strikes out. And we go to the 9th. 2-2 is the score right here on Cape League TV. We head to the 9th here, all tied up at 2 apiece. And this broadcast is a copyrighted production of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Any unauthorized duplication, retransmission, or other use is strictly prohibited. It's still Adam Arthur on the mound for the Ners, trying to lock down 3, 4, and 5 in the Orleans Firebirds lineup. They'll deal to Savoy. That just misses outside. And the count is 1-0. Something Arthur did really well in his last inning of work. It was a 1-2-3 frame. He got ahead in the count. Falls behind quickly, 1-0. Here's the offering. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Nate Savoy so far today is 1 for 3, 2 strikeouts, and a single in the 7th. He scored one of the Orleans' 2 runs today. 1-1. Off speed downstairs. Looked like the changeup there. Had a lot of movement. Good take from Savoy. Came into the day hitting .308. An RBI and 3 walks for Savoy. 2-1. Swinging a hard hit ground ball to short. Solier there charges, fields, and throws to first in time. A big first down in the top of the 9th. Solier has been tested on the last 4 balls put in play.
I don't know who likes who more. Does Adam Arthur like Julio Solier more, or does Julio appreciate the action that Arthur is dialing up for him at short? 6-3, 6-3, 6-3, and 6-3.
Now it's Dom Cadiz, the cleanup man for Orleans. See if it's another ground ball to shortstop. Digs in, UCLA product. Here's the pitch. Downstairs, nearly hit him.
I think something that Savoy did well in that opening at-bat, though, compared to the 8th inning, was he saw a few pitches. And for a guy like Arthur who doesn't blow it in there with extreme velocity, maybe it's better to just try and time up the fastball.
Cadiz, a big cut and a miss. That off-speed is working today for Arthur.
Or the breaking ball like that one, because it is a big drop. I mean, Trey Williford, the starter for Harwich, was blowing the fastball in there around 96. Then Basil was coming in around 93. And now it's all the way down to 89 here for Arthur.
Cadiz looks at a ball downstairs, so 2-1. Cadiz so far today ground out in the 2nd. He singled in the 4th and then lined out sharply to center. It was a bullet off the bat. And so he is 1 for 3, 2-1. Swinging a liner to right, base hit for Cadiz. Boy, he's good. A 1-out base runner aboard now for the Firebirds in the top of the 9th. I mean, he came into the day hitting .350. Just 2 RBIs. Still has not walked this season. But that's because he's been such a beast at the plate getting these hits.
And here is the matchup of the night. Left on left, you get Myatt, who has a pair of home runs already on the summer. This is probably the guy you want up in a tie game if you're manager Kelly Nicholson.
Here's the pitch. Outside.
And Adam talked to us even preseason when he got into town, and I was just asking him how his school year went. And he said, man, it should have been better. A 7.39 ERA, gave up 6 home runs. He said the home run ball just killed me.
Just trying to buckle down here and not give up any long ball, not give up any run, period.
And something that guys who don't have the scary velocity like Arthur do is they try and keep the ball down in the zone. You've seen that on these first 2 pitches to Myatt.
2-0. That's downstairs. Ball 3. And so the Firebirds are trying to come up with a 9th inning rally here at Whitehouse Field to pick up their 2nd win. Downstairs and outside and ball 4. And the Firebirds have 1st and 2nd here in the 9th. All of a sudden, just like that, the Mariners were up 2-0. It felt like they were in control, but Orleans has lingered. And now the score is tied up at 2 and the visitors are threatening.
Looking down at Steve Englert in the dugout, and he continues to take peeks at Miguel Huegas, who's warming up right now for the Mariners in the bullpen. He then motioned to Echeverria to go talk to Adam Arthur. This is kind of a buying time tactic, trying to get your guy loose in the bullpen. I'm interested to see that by the time Echeverry even makes it back to the plate here, if Steve Engler comes out or if Arthur will even address.
Arthur pitched all of last inning. It was 1-2-3, really quick inning, and here comes Engler. Out of the dugout, so it looks like after a quick out here in the ninth and 4 straight grounders to short, that'll do it for Adam Arthur. He leaves Dom Cadiz over at first base. Still no sign yet. We'll talk on the mound. Is Arthur going to stay in?
Arthur's going to want the baseball. He loves moments like this, but at the same time, a 1-out hit and then a 4-pitch walk isn't really the best way to stay into a game.
And there's the call. So, after a little conversation on the hill, it'll be Miguel Huegas coming into the ball game for the Mariners, trying to close up this little jam the Firebirds have going in the ninth. We'll be right back on Cape League TV. Back here at Whitehouse Field, and a new pitcher on the hill for Harwich. It's Miguel Hugues making his second appearance for the Mariners after pitching only a few days ago in the Ners win over Katuitt. In that game, he pitched an inning, walked 1, and struck out 2. Did not give up any runs. The pitcher hails from Mercer College, trying to lock down the Orleans Firebirds offense here in a big situation in the ninth inning. The Mariners have won 4 straight games. Whitey lost tonight, so a Mariners win would put them tied at the top with the Sox.
Big spot here, Milo. Orleans has done a really nice job. Their trio of pitchers tonight navigating Mariners on the bases. And the lone time that Orleans had 2 on tonight, Milo, it was a 2 RBI double for this guy right here.
Armani Raygoza, the pinch hitter, came in off the bench in the 7th. Trying to put the Firebirds on top for the first time today. Here's the offering. Swinging a fly ball down the left field line. That'll make the stands.
So Hugues quickly turning into the guy out of the Mariner bullpen. You don't warm him up knowing the score, and it's been the same score all the way back since the bottom of the 7th inning, if you didn't want this guy to pitch in a tight game.
Here it is, the 0-1. Downstairs, and the count is 1-1. I already mentioned it once. Hugues pitched only a few days ago on Tuesday, the day before the Mariners' first off day of the season on Wednesday. Didn't pitch yesterday against Falmouth, but now back out there at Whitehouse Field. 1-1. Called a strike. Painted fastball, 96 miles an hour on the velo gun out in right field, and now he's ahead 1-2.
It was like the Cape League strike zone is a combination of major leagues and the college game. That was definitely a college strike.
1-2, big pitch on its way. Swinging a foul right back here, right to my left, probably a couple feet. And the count is still 1-2 on Armani Ray Goza, who's playing first base right now for the Firebirds. Came in for Casey Comiskey. And the 2 RBI double that tied this whole thing up, that was back in the 7th. Kadizov second, Maedov first. 1-2. Swinging a chopper first base side. Coates is there. Gobbles takes it himself to the bag. And a big second out here in the 9th.
There's one, but now 2 runners in scoring position. You'll definitely take the out no matter what. But this changes the way you can pitch. A guy who smokes it in there, close to 100 on the radar gun, Hughes, he can't get too cute in the dirt. A lot of trust you can put on the catcher, Ernie Echeverria, because he has the defensive responsibilities of keeping this ball from getting away. But that's the last way you want this game to potentially not go in your favor for Harwich.
So here's Rex Watson. Pitch to him. Swing and a miss. That was a big hack. Fastball right on by. Upper 90s. And the count's 0-1 on Rex Watson.
Gotta respect Watson just trying to change this game first pitch.
Plays his college ball at Coastal Carolina. Runners in scoring position. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Foul tip into the glove of Echeverria. The count's 0-2 on Watson. 2 gone. Runners on second and third for the Firebirds. And a big moment in this ball game. Miguel Hughes on the hill. Stands tall and he gets the sign. Here's the 0-2. Upstairs. He went back to the fastball, and why not? Infield played pretty straight up for the Mariners. So was the outfield. Orleans 1 hit away from taking a lead. Hughes trying to halt that. 1-2. Swinging a slicer foul. Staying alive.
Hughes is getting to Watson in this at-bat. Got ahead 0-2. That pitch was right exactly where you wanted it on the hands, but you have to credit Watson. He's hanging around, and all sometimes it takes is a tapper down the line in a situation like this.
Here's the offering. Counts 1-2. Pitch. Swinging a ground ball right side. Smolinski's there. Gobbles. Throws to first. Got him in time. The Mariners work into and out of trouble. Miguel Hughes closes the door on the 9th for Orleans. And the Ners trying to walk it off for the first time here at Whitehouse Field. On the other side, you won't want to miss it on Cape League TV. We go to the bottom of the 9th here at Whitehouse Field, and the Mariners are trying to walk it off over the Firebirds. And we're so glad you're tuning in alongside Luke Brenneman, Milo Hoffman. Still Evan Jones on the hill for Orleans. He'll deal to 8, 9, and 1 in the Harwich Mariner lineup, starting with the catcher, Ernie Echevarria. The crowd has stuck around here at Whitehouse Field, a crowd of over 900 people here on what was a beautiful Friday night. The sunset was out, now the lights are on, and the Mariners are trying to walk off the Firebirds. Echevarria digs in the catcher from UPenn. Here's the pitch. Oh, that hit him. That hit Echevarria on the left elbow. So one pitch into the frame, and the Mariners have a runner on first.
Ernie is most likely going to get pinch run for here, you would have to think.
Yeah, it looks like Micah Kirikoff out of the dugout is already running onto the field of play. And Echevarria knows his number is going to be called, did his job, got aboard, and now that starts the party here in the 9th.
He'll take that every day of the week. How about Ernie, though, just eating it? You could tell he took a little bit of a step back, but just caught it right off the guard, and plain and simple.
So here's Ryan Garrity with now Micah Kirikoff over at first base.
So situationally, Milo, with Kirikoff's speed, you could have him try and steal second, maybe bunt him over to the third, or you just have Garrity straight up bunt him over to second regardless, no steal.
It's a game of chess. Hitter's Garrity. He shows bunt. He gets it down right in front of the catcher. Strickland's there. Throws the first. Oh, nearly high. But the first baseman, Ragoza, kept his foot on the bag. That was almost disastrous for the Firebirds, but it did the job.
For Mariner fans watching right now, that was almost identical to how Harwich advanced to the East Division Championship Series last summer. It was a bunt down, and the throw went over the first baseman's head. Granted, we were playing Brewster, and Harwich ended up walking it off that way, but now a chance for Solier to do it.
There's Solier, been one of the best players for the Mariners all season long. Here's the pitch from Jones. That's outside. Counts 1-0 on Julio. He grounded out in the first, walked in the third, was thrown out at home, and singled in the fifth, and flew out in the seventh. No hits today. Sorry, one hit for Julio. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss. A big cut from the shortstop.
Yeah, Julio swung wide open on that swing. That's not really something we've seen from him this summer. So watch out for that right side of the infield because the second baseman, Iquez, has to hold on Kirikoff. There's a massive gap.
1-1. Inside. Yeah, big hole over there. Like you said, Kirikoff is speedy at second base.
And Kirikoff could easily steal third. We saw him steal home last night.
That was just yesterday against Falmouth. Here's the pitch to Solier. Oh, that's outside. Nice sliding stop by Strickland. So the count is now 3-1 on the Boston College shortstop. Runner on second, it's Kirikoff. Mariners trying to walk off the Firebirds for their 5th straight win. 3-1. Swing and a miss. Solier really opened up on that one. And the count's full. You're right. We haven't seen that from Julio so far this season. He's taken the pitches and gone with them. Only hit 3 home runs at Boston College this past year. Not a power guy.
Just try and shoot one to that right side. We've seen him do it multiple times.
Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. A slider got him. A big strikeout for Jones and the Birds. 2 gone.
That was an at-bat from Solier that we haven't really seen those type of mechanics all season long. I mean, everyone's going to strike out no matter what stage of the game or course of the season you're in.
So here's J.P. Peltier, the third baseman. Stands tall in the ready box. Pitch from Jones. Swinging a liner, right field, base hit. Kirikoff gets the wave around throw. The throw is not in time. It's a walk-off RBI single for J.P. Peltier, and the Mariners have won 5 in a row. J.P. Peltier, the hero once again for Harwich. And the home side keeps on rolling here at Whitehouse Field.
Oh, it's fun when you're winning, isn't it, Milo? And everything we talked about, that right side, there was a big hole. I think it would have been a hit if there were 4 defensive players there. That ball was scorched out to right center field. The great coaching decision to take out Echeverria for the pinch runner Kirikov, not even a close play at home plate. That's really good baseball. And I think Harwich, they didn't play their cleanest game of the year tonight. They weren't as dominant offensively after scoring 13 runs in Falmouth, but they got the job done. And now they own a share of first place in the entire Cape League, especially in the East Division. And here we go, 5 in a row. There's a new hero every night. But I want to go back to the 9th inning. We got to give our flowers to the Mariner bullpen.
Huge innings from the Mariner bullpen. They get it done tonight against Orleans. And even when the adversity is up against them, they somehow find a way to get it done. And you talk about that Mariners bullpen. Andrew Basil, Adam Arthur, Miguel Hughes got the job done. And the Ners, 5 straight wins. Undefeated still here at Whitehouse Field and now tied up at the top for first place in the Cape Cod Baseball League. We're going to step aside quickly here on Cape League TV, but we'll have a post-game interview after the Mariners' walk-off win over the Firebirds right after this. Back here at Whitehouse Field. And the Mariners take it over the Firebirds. 3-2, the final score. We're going to have a post-game interview coming up right here on Cape League TV with my broadcast partner, Luke Brenneman. It looks like he is taking J.P. Peltier over here, the hero for the Mariners, after his walk-off RBI single just moments ago here at Whitehouse Field. What a night for the Mariners. He gets the job done. Five straight wins for Harwich. And what a time to be alive if you're a Harwich fan. After the opening day loss to YD, the Mariners have stormed back and won 5 in a row. And now they are tied for first place at the top of Cape Cod with the YD Red Sox. And Luke Brenneman is field level with J.P. Peltier, who just had the winning hit. We'll talk to him in just a few moments. But what a win it was for Harwich here at Whitehouse Field. Luke Brenneman is standing by, my broadcast partner, after J.P. Peltier's walk-off single here at Whitehouse Field. And we'll send it down to Luke. Luke, you're with J.P.
Thanks, Milo. Here with the hero tonight in Harwich, J.P. Peltier, the walk-off winner. J.P., what were you looking for? A 2-out game-winning RBI.
Exactly what I got. First base open, right on right. Was looking for something moving away from me. Got it right where I was looking for it and didn't miss it.
So last night, 13-0 domination at Falmouth. Tonight, a little bit closer. You guys blow the lead, but then fight your way back, now 5 in a row. What would you credit everything clicking to for this team right now?
I think we're just a scrappy bunch. You know, we play hard. We're gonna bust it down the line, and we're never out of it. I think it just shows we got a lot of heart.
You had a great season at Wright State this year collegiately, but now you hit the portal. You're headed to Kentucky. Any messages for the Big Blue Nation fans watching you play very well in the Cape early on?
Excited to get down there to Lexington and win a lot of ball games.
Tonight, it was our first Friday night home game here at Whitehouse Field. We had a big crowd, the biggest of the season, around 1,000 people here. Already kind of jumping a day and looking at Sunday, the next time we're here at Whitehouse Field. 2 teams atop the Cape. It'll be you guys and YD. Is there any message to the Mariner fans to come out for a huge Sunday night matchup?
Absolutely. It's great baseball out here. You know, they had our number on opening day. They got a great team, so it's going to be it's going to be a great matchup.
Kentucky infielder and the walk-off winner tonight in Harwich. The Mariners beat the Firebirds 3-2. This guy had the game-winning base hit. We'll send it back up to you, Milo.
Thanks so much, Luke. J.P. Pelletier, the hero for the Mariners, and they get it done over the Firebirds. 3-2, the final score, to pick up their 5th straight victory. And what a night it was for Harwich. It all started with the starting pitcher for the Mariners, Trey Williford, went 6 innings, just 1 hit, no runs, a walk, and 6 strikeouts. But he doesn't get the win. Miguel Hugas gets the win after he came in and mowed down the Orleans Firebirds lineup. And a big-time performance from him out of the bullpen, and the Mariners, in the end, get the job done. 3-2 over the Firebirds. The loss goes to Jones out of the pen, who gave up the walk-off single. And that does it here from us at Whitehouse Field. Saying so long on a beautiful Friday night. For my producer, Luke Brenneman, our producer, Sawyer, our sideline, Lily Reisenweber. Good night, Harwich. Rest well, Mariner fans. Your M's are certainly good.